It's Sunday. We're live here in the studio. Poseidon just turned off the AC right on time. We're adjusting the cameras, spending some time before we get here. Welcome, everybody. Let me see who's in the chat, Poseidon. We got Silver and Gold here. Seabass is here. Natalie's here. Tony's here. Who else we got? Danusha. That's a new name. Pat's here. We got Amelie here. Trey Cool. Many more. We'll get to you in a second. But first, let me tell you guys a little something. So tonight, we're going to be at the Bordel. Not for 2 Drink Minimum, that's tomorrow. We've changed to Monday nights for those of you who don't know. It's Monday nights, 10 p.m. Live on the YouTube, and also get tickets and watch us live at the Bordel. Come hang out downtown. Tonight is going to be just stand-up. Mike Ward and friends. Mike Ward is getting back to doing stand-up. He's going to be having French and English stand-up shows at the Bordel, and a lot of different people are going to be part of them, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So tickets for tomorrow probably should still be on sale for 2 Drink Minimum. I think tonight already sold out. With me here the whole fucking time. What are you talking about?
Today I woke up. My lungs hurting. Well, not my lungs, like my throat.
You got a case of the COVIDs.
I don't think it's that because I'm gonna say it. I don't think I want to quit smoking.
Oh, okay. So what you promised us a few weeks ago that you're quitting.
Yeah.
You actually told us repeatedly, I quit, I'm quitting, all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I actually want to quit smoking. I think it's just
that's good.
You know.
Why would you want to quit smoking? There's no benefits of quitting smoking.
There is benefits of quitting smoking.
Is there? I don't know. I haven't heard them.
But the thing is, I really enjoy smoking. I don't know why. I enjoy it with my coffee. Just
I know.
You know.
Obviously, why else would you do it if you didn't enjoy it?
And but the thing is, it was always fucking. It was like $5 a month.
$500 a month on cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found a new way to fucking not spend that much money on cigarettes.
Stealing?
No. You roll your own cigarettes.
There's that.
It's $70 a month, and then you smoke less.
$70 a month.
Yeah. And last night I spent like an hour practicing rolling my cigarettes when I got home, and because I rolled them, like I'm gonna smoke them, you know, because you can't leave them for too long, you know, out of the packaging, and I woke up in the middle of the night coughing. So I think it's because I smoked too many rolled cigarettes.
How many did you smoke?
Huh?
How many rolled cigarettes have you smoked, sir?
Like 7 last
night.
Bit much. Yeah, it's too much.
Might be a bit much, you think?
Yeah, it might be a bit much. But that's because I was practicing. I'm like, I rolled all these cigarettes, you know? I did a terrible job.
That's a little fucking exaggerated, bro.
Yeah.
That's, God damn it.
Yeah, so I think that's why, you know what I mean?
Okay, so Poseidon's been smoking his rolled cigarettes. But apart from that, you're feeling healthy? You don't think you got the COVID? You're not going to infect anyone?
I feel perfectly fine. It's just, you hear my throat is a little like a little raspy there.
Yeah, but you always have that voice.
Yeah. But I feel like it's more now.
Anywho, Poseidon, let me tell you, people are excited. I announced that I have come to a resolution between you and Guido Grasso, an agreement, if you will, for a new hit podcast coming out called The Intellectuals. This will start October. This October. Guido still has some stuff to finish up first. The studio's still getting a couple of upgrades. And then once October hits, new podcast on the Patreon. It will be The Intellectuals starring Guido Grasso and Poseidon. I will be there live all the time, but just producing. I'll be behind the scenes. So it'll have the flair, hopefully, of the old 2 Drink Minimum episodes where, you know, with I like reaction cuts a lot.
Yeah.
So not always on the guy that's talking, but sometimes on the guy that's receiving the information and looks goofy.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's a fun experience. Hopefully
I'm excited.
What?
I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be fucking excited.
Me and Guido can go off on tangents.
And we got our first customer for the rental studio this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be your big test of actually producing your first show for people that are not me and Phil.
Oh. Well, I think it's going to be easier.
Doing it for someone else?
Yeah.
You think we put too much pressure on you?
No, but like, what I mean is like, it was live with the morning show, right?
Yeah.
So it was all on the spot. I did multiple things. I even spoke into the mic a bit. You know what I mean? So there were more things where as opposed to somebody renting it out.
You're not participating.
I'm not participating.
You're not a participant, yeah.
I'm literally just, doing my job, doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think on that aspect, it's going to be easier. I already got the hang of it the other day.
Yo, I want to tell, hey, Derek, welcome to chat. Helson, I just noticed is here too. There was something that I saw here in the news, and I was reading it to Poseidon right before we started. I think it's worthwhile. There's a woman here in Quebec from Mirabel. She's a nurse. She was an orderly. Actually, she's a nursing student, and she's an orderly at one of the hospitals. She's been trying to get back to work for months, but she can't because she now this week tested for the 8th consecutive time positive for COVID-19. Now, she got it back in May. She believes she got it from, she said, one of the elderly people that she was working with who ended up dying. And in order to get back to that, to working at old folks' homes, you need to have 2 consecutive negative tests. But she's been testing positive 8 times almost in a row. So she can't, even if she gets one negative, the week after she'll get a positive. So has been unable to get back to work, and apparently she's losing her fucking patience. She's like, this is bullshit. I have no symptoms. I'm fucking, and when she first got it, she was living with her boyfriend. They were both panicking because she kept testing positive. Yeah. And this guy always tested negative. This guy never got it.
So what the fuck? This is crazy.
It's fucking hilarious though.
It is hilarious.
She's just be losing her shit.
But
what happens in that case? Like, you want to go to work and you just can't score negative, but you're doing everything you can. You don't have any symptoms. Does the government, are they forced to just pay you? Because it's like, dudes, I want to go to work. I'm not allowed because of the rules.
I don't know, but we're living in very weird times, man. Just in general, this whole pandemic and everything that's happening. You know what I mean? Like, fucking the United States political game is a fucking circus show. You know what I mean? Fucking Portland is 100 days of demonstration now?
Is it 100 demonstrations? What are they demonstrating?
Fucking violence, bro. That's what they're demonstrating.
That they're very violent?
That they're very violent. Weird times. Don't you find?
Is that a fucking serious question? You know that there's certain questions you don't need to ask.
Yeah, I know.
Like, the world is fucked up. You're like, you find it a little weird 2020. Anything strange happened this year?
Yeah. Yeah. I had to scream at a lady at the Tim Hortons because she couldn't hear me through the mask.
But why would you scream at her? Why don't you just take down your mask and speak?
Because they get upset when you take down your mask.
But they don't get upset when you yell at them.
I guess. Because I kept telling her, so I kept saying, I go, 2 large coffees, 2 creams each. And she goes, okay, 2 large coffees with 2 creams and 1 sugar. No, 2 creams each. 2 creams, 1 sugar. No.
What I hate is when they add stuff. Like, the word sugar never came out of my mouth.
Yeah, 2 creams each, not sugar, each, just 2 creams in both of them.
Oh, so okay. You want a Big Mac, so you're in the wrong place.
so 2 creams, 2 sugar. Now she's just like, God damn it! And I went inside because the lineup for the fucking drive-through was crazy.
Yeah.
So I screamed through the mask, 2 large, like really loud, 2 large coffees, 2 creams each.
But no do you know, again, all of this could have been avoided. You just lower it. You go, I said 2 coffees, 2 creams each. That's it. And then put it back on. That's it. Problem solved. You don't have to throw anything. You don't have to yell.
I didn't throw anything.
Just saying, it could have got there.
Yeah.
It didn't get there, luckily.
What do you mean?
I'm speaking English. I'm saying, luckily, you didn't throw anything. What do you mean?
Oh, no. Why would I throw anything?
All right, this is crazy. So I'm going back to the chat. So they're talking about Guido and how he's a character. Trust me, Guido and Poseidon on one podcast alone is going to be something to behold. Just the idiocy of it all.
You think
so? And the off-topicness. Like, have you ever tried? Because you and him do the same thing to me, where we're talking about one thing and then you reply to a question that was never asked. You both do that, right? It's like, so what'd you do today? You know, in 1976, bro, there was a. So you both have that.
Oh, really?
So having both of you do that in a podcast is going to be incoherent nonsense. Did you hear about the vaccine for COVID? You know, Al Pacino starred in 3 movies before. Bro, I've never even had bacon, and it's just craziness. It's just gonna be random. Yeah, it's gonna be for people who are way too happy and they want to get anxious. They want to set themselves back to 0. That's what it's gonna be for, that podcast.
Oh God, this is gonna be interesting.
Poseidon, the urban adventurer. Poseidon hasn't gone into any adventures lately. Actually, you haven't been doing much. You're going to the gym.
Yeah, been going, keeping calm.
Yeah, you did yell at a woman at Tim Hortons today. So
yeah, that's true. Well, it was light. It was yelling light. It was very light. It wasn't my usual violent yelling.
Yeah, and I tried to go for my tire at Canadian Tire earlier.
Oh yeah, it's true.
The 2-pack. They said we can't see you till Wednesday.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I don't know. Maybe everyone's coming out of quarantine.
Yeah, they'll have car trouble.
Yeah.
Because the guy's like, it's not just you. The guy right behind you also came for his tire. And I was like, and?
Well, have you seen our road?
He's like, and we said no to him too. I was like, oh.
You know what pissed me off though? Have you seen Lackady? The road?
I normally stop my car and get out and just stare at the road.
But
Why?
you know when you're driving on it, it's fucking demolished, right?
Every road in this fucking city is demolished. Or it's Bosnia.
But you know what pisses me off? They took a patch of road on Chabanel behind where barely anybody passes.
Oh, and they fixed that.
And they fixed that.
Yeah, they fixed it. Well, you know why? Because that's easier to fix.
Yeah,
because no one ever goes there.
Yeah, but I would rather they shut down a main.
We know what you would rather
for a week.
We get it, but they're not in the business of doing things right. They're in the business of saying that they're doing things so that we don't fucking lynch them. That's what they're in the business of right now. By the way, so I'm looking. It's not Glutton Fest 2020. I know Mike called it that. It's just Poseidon's new thing this year, where he will take 2 Cialis, some MDMA, head into a swingers bar, and all hell will break loose. I am in the process of trying to procure said items and also find a facility willing to house this debaucherous adventure, I guess we'll call it that.
Yeah.
So now Poseidon is finally fully on board.
Yeah.
Mike gave me the money last week. I still have it at my house. So you have the $160 right there waiting for you.
Wait, wasn't it 180?
Was it 180 or 160?
So, 180.
I don't know. I think you're lying.
Count it.
Now it's 140. You keep talking shit. So I have the $40.
That's gonna be used to pay for because I found a place.
Okay.
But
no, we're gonna pay for the place also. That's just gonna be your money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but all that money, the $40 is at my house right now, so you can get paid.
Well, how come it keeps going down, bro? What the fuck is this? What is this? Bro, bring it back up, bro.
So for those of you who don't know, check out the last episode of 2 Drink Minimum.
Yeah.
And the rules were applied.
Yeah.
Poseidon has agreed, reluctantly really, it took a while to get him to realize that this is a good deal, to head over to a...
Well, you know why.
Oh yeah, you told me, but we're going to save that for 2 Drink Minimum.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow.
I need Mike to hear what the fuck you told me last night. I need Mike to... And yes, the... phone lines are open for the Discord members. If you get on Discord, you are a patron, there is a section for you to call into Pantelis Live. Of course, let me just check right now, make sure I didn't fuck anyone over. No, we're waiting. We're good. And movie nights are coming back soon. The only reason why we didn't do it last week is because me and Poseidon are onto something. We realized we might be able to start doing movie nights from the Studio B, the Mike Ward Theater of Dreams. So me and him could be in the same room, and we could have the thing on our screen, and we could have a camera on top of us too. So everyone's like, it's like movieception.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next movie night. So we're trying to finalize that. It might even take place this week or next week.
Oh,
and then we'll make it a regular thing. We're gonna have food, some drinks. It'll be fun.
Food, yeah. I like food.
I'm aware. So check out the last episode of 2 Drink Minimum if you're curious as to how I forgot how it came to be, honestly. But I'm gonna ask a friend of mine who's she's involved in like the sex work and stuff like that. So she's gonna know. So I'm gonna ask her for places and shit like that. Because if she can facilitate it for us, it'll be easier. Does he get $100 more if he gets Adidas? I think you mean AIDS. Who in the Pantelis Nation wants to invest in the Poseidon night? I'm willing to put a $40 additional. You don't need to put a $40 additional, Hellsend, because he's doing it. He already signed the contract. He's in. He's on board. Poseidon is going to go for Poseidon Fest 2020.
I found a place because I did researching of my own.
Tell me what you found.
But there's a membership fee.
Explain all the rules so people hear.
So you gotta pay $80 for the membership fee,
okay.
And they give you like a card or something to show that you're a member.
Okay.
And it lasts the whole year, and you can go whenever. But it depends how you go.
What do you mean it depends how you go?
So it depends how you go. There's entrance fees for couples, women only, and men only. For couples, I think it's the cheapest, the entrance fee. Then women, it's cheaper. And then men, it's the most expensive, like single men.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So we're going to have to make you a member?
Yeah.
So they're going to have all your information? It's like a Blockbuster, I guess. You know, like it's like a gym membership.
I'm not comfortable with that.
What do you mean? Of course you're comfortable with that. Yeah, it's better like that.
Why?
Because they're gonna be sending you newsletters.
I don't want newsletters from.
It's gonna be February. They're gonna be like, "Come on down for Cook Fest 2021."
This is gonna be a weird experience, man. I could tell.
Oh, it's gonna be a very weird experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you end up crying. It's gonna be amazing.
You'll fuck yourself. You piece of shit.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fun thing. Amelie's asking, did you do actual research or did you just go on the Discord and see what everyone else found?
No, I did actual research.
Because our fans did the research for you. So so you found the place?
I did research before I saw the pictures.
Okay.
The screenshots.
So so they put screenshots up. Okay, interesting. I know Phil was pissed off. He made me laugh because he's like, I haven't been on the Discord for a month. I was busy fixing the studio, and then I go on Discord for one day and I see that they made gifs of me jerking off 2 giant Blackhawks. It's like, Phil, that's what happens, man. You step away from the limelight a bit, they get angry. But I think they put it in. It wasn't an angry thing. I think they just did it to fuck around. They were just having fun with Phil. They thought he was looking at it, so they were just fucking.
Well, yeah, look at the memes of me, bro, that they've done in the gifs and shit.
But you're easier to meme because of your expressions.
Yeah.
Like even me, the funniest memes that came out were from like me doing weird shit on stage. But I like those memes. They're not memes. They're gifs.
I guess memes, gifs.
They're meme worthy. Some of those.
Yeah.
Yo, so I was because I saw Abba was talking about. Abba and Preach were talking about what Rogan had said about video game addiction and stuff, and I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? Rogan does have a fucking point. He does. Like, people were mad at him about, oh, video games aren't evil. And I worked in video games for years. But he is right about the addictive nature. Sometimes you don't notice it. Video games are very, very addictive, especially how well they're made and shit.
Especially nowadays, more than anything.
Yeah.
Because now the video game companies have studied, they studied casinos, I think.
No, not video games companies have not studied casinos.
No, they didn't study casinos. They had psychologists. Fuck, I read something.
You're mixing up different parts of information and you're trying to make up a story. They just use a lot of tactics that lottery uses.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, it's not the same at all as what you were saying. You were making up a completely different scenario that's not real life. You were starting another rumor. So yeah, they're very addictive, and I do understand what he means with not don't play video games, because he was talking about himself too, how he gets addicted to Quake and shit, and even me, like let's say Pro Evolution Soccer, love that shit, you know, but it is kind of a time suck if you're not, I don't know, if you're not thinking about it. You could be doing something productive, because technically there is no, if you're not trying to get a career in games or whatever, technically speaking, it's a pastime, but you're not really doing anything productive because you're not gaining anything after. You could play for 10 hours straight, but in life you're right back at where you were 10 hours ago. Yeah. You haven't done anything. So, yeah, it's definitely...
well, my issue is with Warzone. No matter how many times I drop in Verdansk, I want to drop again.
You're addicted to playing that game.
Yeah. Bro, you don't understand. Because every time it's different. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. You know, there's millions upon millions upon millions of possibilities.
Yeah, because it's just people. It's all different people.
Yeah, it's all different people. You're in a lobby of 152 fucking people, right? And you all just drop on this giant fucking map, and the circle, I don't know how many millions of possibilities it has of where the initial map of where it's going to close, because there's poisonous gas. You know the Battle Royale style game?
No, I haven't played this fucking game.
So basically, there's a section on the map, it's a circle, and then there's poisonous gas all around, and the poisonous gas closes in, and if you get trapped outside, you die. And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller every time.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then your teams of, you can either play solo, teams of 2, teams of 3, or teams of 4, right? So as the gas is closing in, you got to move around, find loot, because you drop with only a pistol.
It sounds addictive. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, but so there's millions.
A lot of adrenaline.
Exactly, of possibilities. Like anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've been in a situation that I've repeated in the game. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously, how are you gonna repeat a live multiplayer game? There's no scripting.
No, but I mean, like even on a multiplayer game, like a shooter, like a 6-on-6, like you could get used to certain patterns. And
so Tibin is asking, have you played the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake? No, I think my Tony Hawk days are behind me. Back on the PS1, those were fun days. Let's see, Rocket League. People love Rocket League here. I have Rocket League. I don't like it. I played in the beginning. Yeah. But I'm not really that into multiplayer games anyway. Yeah. I've never been into... I like just putting my headphones on and doing my own thing. I don't want to play with a lot of other people. I play soccer online sometimes, which is kind of fun. But the shitty thing is they don't let you talk to people.
Really?
Like if we're friends on like the network, it's different. We can always talk, right? But if I connect with a stranger on like, let's say Pro Evolution Soccer, eFootball, Pro Evolution Soccer as they call it, we can't chat.
Well, why would
I think they've done it because of people like me.
Well, not just that. Well, why would you want to hear Nikta Mergi every single time?
I would mute them and just swear profusely. But that's the reason why they don't do it. They're like, for sure, like we can't have this anymore. They're like, we released a demo and it was just filled with racial epithets. We gotta tone this shit down. That's why they don't even let you send custom chats. It's all like they're trying their best to avoid any incidents.
Any toxicity, yeah.
Yeah. Because also you don't know who's playing, right? It's a soccer game.
Yeah.
So you can have like a 9-year-old who's someone's telling him to go fuck his mother.
Yeah.
So she would get really upset.
Oh, I've seen the TikToks that are hilarious. That one of them made me laugh. Where they make fun of the PlayStation chat audio logs.
Okay.
Being released in court years later when something happens, and people are like one of the kids that did a TikTok on this. He was like, he was the president now. The year was 2006 or whatever, and then his Secret Service agent comes in and goes, "Mr. President, we have an issue." He goes, "It can't be nothing too crazy nowadays."
For the record, Rocket League is not soccer. The Rocket League is not soccer.
And he goes, "I can't be anything crazy." It was they released the audio logs, the Xbox Live audio logs from 2010, and then like this fucking trans thing. I was like, no, like it's all.
Yeah, dude, those are fucked up.
Yeah, bro.
Also, if you go back to Facebook when it first started and you look at people's walls, because it used to be walls, right? People would write on your wall. Look at the crazy shit that used to get written, because nobody cared. Because it's like, I have 20 friends of people I know, but then between now and then you're in like the hundreds or thousands or whatever, and it's all people like you work with. If they go back and see, you're like, "What's up, fag? What are we doing this weekend?" It's all on someone's wall.
Man, I used to post cringy shit.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember? That's why I deleted my old Facebook account and made a new one.
There was too much shit. You're like, I'm not gonna delete this one by one. There's thousands of messages here. Yeah. Well, I'll write stupid shit.
But remember that, because I was in high school, right? Remember the crazy shit I used to write? I took screenshots.
Yeah, and I almost wanted to puke.
Yeah, well, I wanted to puke. What did I write? There was a picture of me flexing like this with a buzz cut.
Yeah, and you wrote white power.
No, but there was something about the streets.
Oh god, yeah, something. I saw it, and inside, it was so cringe.
Something about my people.
Oh no! I eat off these streets, literally.
Yeah, some cringy shit. That's why I deleted that one and just made a new one with like, where I don't really post much.
No, yeah. Well, Facebook, I'm not really on. I go to the fan page sometimes to like update shit that's happening. But yeah, I'm mostly on Twitter.
I mean, the only reason
or maybe I don't know which. I'm mostly on Instagram actually, because Instagram I get caught scrolling.
Yeah, me too.
Either you get on stories and then it updates for you, like your stories, just shows, or just in the feed sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll get caught up in that.
But me, there's only 2 reasons I go back to Facebook now. I open it.
See if your mom wrote something.
No, I joined 2 groups. Okay. One of them
white supremacist groups.
No, bro.
Just making sure, bro.
One of them is called Corn Booties. The other one was called Corn Titties.
Corn or corn?
Quarren, like quarantine.
Okay, yeah, because it sounds like you're saying corn.
Yeah, because I have a speech.
I said corn titties and corn, like
no.
Yo, we're looking at corn on the cob, but all the corn looks like asses.
No, that's because I have a speech impediment.
Yes, you do.
And yeah, those are the only 2 groups. And sometimes when I'm bored, I'll go look at pictures of ass and tits of regular women who post
on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook.
But isn't that what Instagram is for?
These groups. No, but this is more like explicit shit and more regular people. You know what I mean?
How you mean, sir?
Like it's not just Instagram models. You know?
No, I know, but
it's like the girl next door type of girls. Some of them are, you know, some
of them,
some of them are cute. And,
some of them are like, yo, you better start covering up, lady.
Some of them, it's their own husband posting like, look, my hot ass wife on like this private group on Facebook, which I find fucking weird.
Yeah, like, those private groups are weird though.
Yeah, I don't comment or like anything. I just watch.
I introduced you to one of those groups.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, because someone had added me to it, and I was like, they added the wrong person. So I put Poseidon, because it's all like regular people posting their private shit, and I was like, I don't want to get involved with these fucking people.
Yeah.
Anybody want to throw down with my wife?
Yeah.
No, Jeremy. Nobody wants to fuck your wife. All right. Well, I know a guy.
A lot of those videos have been getting popular on Pornhub also.
Hold on. Gapes just said any bets for lockdown 2.0 were close to 1,000 cases in 6 days.
It's going to happen.
1,000 cases in 6 days.
After how many tests, though?
What do you mean? What does that matter?
After how many people did they test though?
Whether they tested 5,000 or 1,000, what does it change?
It changes the percentage of how many people actually caught it. No.
No. We know from the people that were tested, we know that 1,000 of them caught it. There's in Quebec, let's say, there's another 1,000 that caught it. In 6 days, there's 1,000 new cases that were documented, which is more than the normal, 200, every 3 days or whatever. So, which was at the peak. So this is like a new peak.
Yeah, but then the weather's changing too. We're gonna get a flu season.
That's not here nor there.
Huh?
That's neither here nor there. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
They're not. You know that they're not testing you positive for COVID because you have the flu, right?
No, I know.
It's just if you have COVID.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they're testing for. So I mean, by now, did we arrive at herd immunity? Basically,
I don't know anymore, man. With this,
if everyone fucking has it,
like they come out and say the masks are useless, but then on Twitter I read that no, masks actually do prevent.
Well, they do prevent, obviously, but it's and nothing is like foolproof, right?
No.
They prevent, obviously it prevents you from spitting. Like yesterday I was having a conversation and I could tell that people were spitting on me. If they were wearing their mask, they wouldn't be spitting on me no matter what. They'd be spitting on themselves. So it definitely prevents something, but right now our problems are different than that. It's not just because most people that are getting it aren't having symptoms or they're not going through anything heavy, 3 days of headaches or whatever, and they're fine.
Yeah.
So we need to figure this out. The Russian vaccine, apparently, the UK is testing it, and they said so far it has like a 100% success rate.
Oh, shit.
It gets rid of all symptoms for all people, no matter how mild or severe they have it. But they've only been testing for like a week or two.
What do you think about this vaccine?
This one, the Russian one, I don't know. I heard the Russians were only able to make it this fast because they hacked into like a lot of facilities around the world that were working on vaccines, and they stole their information.
No.
Fucking Russians. Like, we're not going to wait for you. You're going to kill us all. Give me your information. Yeah.
Does it make you nervous, this vaccine?
Everything makes me nervous, like this kind of shit. Like everything makes me nervous.
Because we're like on a fine line. It feels like we're on a fine line of like a dystopian future right now. You know what I mean?
We're in the dystopian present.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, well, it is fucking strange. All this shit is strange. It's the... I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I don't know if maybe I'd rather wait for some people to take the vaccine first.
Yeah.
And then see how they go after a year or a couple of months.
Most deaf.
Yeah. It was a rapper, Most Def.
No, like most definitely.
Oh, okay. So say that.
Yeah. Most definitely I'll wait also.
Yeah, if there's another quarantine, I don't think they're going to do another lockdown.
You don't think so? What's going to devastate the economy?
I'm not going to say for everywhere, but I don't think Canada can handle it. I know Montreal can't handle it.
Absolutely not.
No, we're already teetering.
Yeah.
Another lockdown, we're fucked. Just shut down the city.
Yeah.
Lock up everything and tell everyone to move.
Basically. It's like
plus also at what level are we saying that a lockdown is necessary? If right now they're saying that, you can have it and all these people have it and, they recover or they don't have any symptoms, then what would be the point of a full-scale lockdown? You've already pinpointed the people that are at risk, that if they get it, their life is in danger, right? So why don't you take care of those people?
Which they already failed the first time around.
Yeah, the first time they failed completely. They just killed them. They're like, old people can die if they get it in old folks' homes. Like, all right, so if anybody has it, put them in an old folks' home and then don't treat anyone.
Yeah, that's what they did in New York.
Yeah, in New York, that was Cuomo. That's why. That's his legacy, is killing old people.
God damn, bro.
He's like, I did the best I could. What did you do exactly? Well, I found people who had it. Yeah. I put them in old folks' homes. Yep. And then I told people you can't get treated when you're in there.
But where did he get this big brain idea from?
He doesn't have a big brain.
I don't know, but I guess that's sarcastic.
No. Both him and his brother are fucking dummies, bro. His brother was faking it, that he was in quarantine. They had a whole CNN thing pretending that he came out. They're like, the first time I see my family in 2 weeks. But there's videos of him 2 days earlier biking with his whole family and yelling at a guy. He got into a fight with someone that told him, hey, asshole, aren't you supposed to be in quarantine?
And one of them, I think, got caught going to the gym in his
it's all bullshit. That was funny though. With
that was funny.
Hey asshole, you're supposed to be in quarantine. Fuck you, mind your business. Then a few days later, I'm just coming out for the first time. So we all saw a viral video of you yelling at a guy. Why are you lying to us? Like, how stupid do you think people are? But they really, honestly, though, CNN, dude, assumes that everyone is retarded. Some of the shit they put is like, okay, you have to be saying this feeling like there's no way you get caught. Like you have to assume that every one of your fucking viewers is mentally retarded. It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the debates happen between what's his face there, Trump and Biden?
No, why would you ask that question? This is something that the world would know if they happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's because I've tried not to pay attention anymore to the news.
No, I'm waiting for that, but they were trying to get out of it. They were trying to worm their way out. And like Nancy Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren, they were all people that were asking behind the scenes, maybe we shouldn't have debates this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah, obviously.
But they said, oh, because Trump is going to start lying. What are you talking about? If Trump wants, he has Twitter, he has everything. He could lie without a debate.
Yeah.
The reason why you guys don't want debates is because the guy that you selected can't think. That's why you don't want debates. Because you don't want the bully to bully the guy who can't think straight. That's why. That's the only reason why you don't want debates. You guys fucked over Tulsi Gabbard. You guys fucked over the one candidate that could have done something.
Yeah.
You left this loser, and now you're going to fucking eat it. You're going to pay for it. That's what's going to happen. Because Tulsi Gabbard, that would have been fucked up for Trump.
Really?
Yeah, because first of all, everyone likes her. She's likable. Everything that she wanted was actual progressive stuff. She was anti-war, and she's a war veteran. She was a woman.
Oh, she's a war veteran. Like she went to war and shit.
She was in the military. She's a military veteran, I should say rather, because if I say war veteran around you, you're gonna assume she was in Nam. And she's likable. She's not going there to tell people to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so he would have had trouble with that because it wouldn't have worked. They were like, look at this stupid. She wouldn't have been like, look at this fucking idiot. She would have just been like, all right, let's talk about our policies and see what people want. So that would have been better. But they fucked her over, and now they're gonna pay for it. This is what happens. You want to fuck around like that? You put this idiot up front, you're gonna end up paying for it. It's simple. That's why they want the mail-in voting and stuff. Yeah. It's not to make it easy.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with making it easy. It has to do with we have to find a way to cheat because we just fucked ourselves. We have a retarded person running. Did you see? I was telling people about there was a video on Twitter because he keeps doing these speeches where there's fucking 15 people show up because nobody gives a shit about him. They're all like, this is fucking crazy. And he's not aware of what he's reading. So he was reading off a prompter and he was trying to make fun of Trump. But he read the part that you're not supposed to read. He read the part that says end of quote. So he's like, and then he said, no, end of quote. No. And people are like, wait, what? He said end of quote. What are you talking about? And he's like, it's just so fucking, yeah. It was fucking bad. It's fucking bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
But then it makes you wonder, you know all these theories that come out that there's a special elite and this, that.
There's no special elite. It's just the elites. I mean, there's always someone's always going to run the show. The more power, the more influence you have, you're going to use it, especially for yourself, for your friends, one way or another. Yeah. The problem now is that this is not about like millionaires. The people who control the government it's an industry. You know, like let's say the military industrial complex, pharmaceuticals, it's not one person. It's a machine that has all these different cogs, but they all work for the same thing. So it's very hard to fight that, right? With lobbyists, and it's very, very hard to break that down. What we do as people, which is stupid, is we pinpoint the one person that's in charge. So when Obama was in charge, you assume that he has control of everything. When he doesn't. Yeah. The president doesn't. Yeah. And so everyone thinks, oh, once we get rid of this guy, we solve the problem. And then people, they calm down for nothing. It's a fake victory. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not real. And then they calm down and then someone else gets power like, oh, look, he fucking ruined everything. He was never in charge of it. What are you talking about? But they don't think. They don't think, wait a second, how come nothing's changing in all these years? Look at Biden, dude. Biden's talking about how he's going to fix everything. Dude, he's been in politics for 50 years.
52, I think.
He's done nothing. Yeah. Dude, he was vice president. He did nothing. They don't do anything. A lot, especially career. I would never trust career politicians that have been in there since they were young and now they're old. You spent your entire life doing nothing and getting paid for it, and now I'm going to trust you. It's like, okay, so look, 50 years later, now I'm serious though. I'm serious.
And they're millionaires.
Yeah, well, and for
let's
working,
not forget.
Exactly. So no,
for having a salary of what?
Yeah, it's just, the way we do politics should be different. Yeah, the way we do politics should be very, very different.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, I don't like having a ruling class. I'm a freedom type of guy, sir.
Yeah, of course. I agree with you on that.
They should be rated. You know what I mean? Their pay should be subject to our ratings.
To our what?
Ratings.
Oh, ratings. I heard
we should rate them.
I heard raid, like to rate them.
No, we should rate them. You should be able every like 2 months or something to rate the performance of your employee, because they're our employees.
They are our employees,
they work for us.
Actually.
We should be able to do a full fucking review with them.
But it seems like we've forgotten that.
We've forgotten that. But wouldn't you like that, to have them get reviewed?
100%. I love that shit.
Sorry, Mr. Trudeau. I remember when you suspended Parliament because we caught you funneling money to your family's pockets? Yeah, that's a zero here. You, in fact, owe us money. We're going to put you in jail for a bit, and it's just the way it goes. You can't say anything because we're in charge.
You reminded me of something that pissed me off that I read on Twitter. What was the hashtag? The hashtag I stand with Trudeau.
What the fuck? What kind of a moron would say that?
Hold on. Wait until I read you.
Listen, as a citizen of Canada, I want to continue getting robbed. Who doesn't? I don't believe we need a strong economy. That is stupid. Strong economies are for assholes. We need a very weak economy. We need to owe everyone money. I stand with Trudeau. Yeah. What the fuck is that, bro? That is so stupid.
Bro, and some of these comments... Some of them are trolls. Like this guy posted this. Yo, hashtag I stand with Trudeau if he admits he would nut to this. And then he posts a picture of this. Like some of them are trolls, but some people took it seriously. Oh, this guy goes, I hope you all stand with him in jail.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
But fuck, I had read one that... Oh, fuck, I don't remember what the guy
So
wrote.
What if many of his close associates were proven to be pedophiles? But I still stand with him.
One guy, I had read one that pissed me the fuck off, bro. I can't remember what he said.
It's all nonsense.
But it was all wrong.
Yeah, of course it's all wrong.
It was all wrong. I was like, what are you saying? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get him fall. Fuck this. This is negative energy. I don't need
Running a country is hard, right? Sometimes you gotta let them rob people. Shoot natives. You just gotta let them do stuff, right? It's just a very difficult job. It's so fucking... But these are very, very simple people. You know how we talk about simpletons?
I don't think simple is the word.
Oh, dude, those are very, very simple people. They vote just based on color. They vote on, the party.
I don't think it's a simple thing.
It's a simple thing. They can't think past it. They think, oh, this is my team. I have to go for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then again, I'm a simple man also. Like, I want simple things in life.
No. Yeah, but you also are a simpleton. But these are simpletons for politics. You're a simpleton for other things. But they're just very simple. They can't think. There's no extra degree. There's no other layer to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you tell them, well, okay, why Trudeau? And like, well, he's young and he's going to change stuff. No. He's already been. He's on his second term now. What has he changed? Yeah. All he changed was our status in the world. People don't take us seriously. Our economy's fucking tanked to shit. Yeah. He was stealing money. He's fucking out of his family. There's nepotism. This is like crazy shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's just ruining the country.
He did change.
And then like, but he grew a beard. And I like that during the COVID, he was on TV every day saying nonsense. Yeah, but he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't... How does that help? Like anybody could have done that.
Or you know what it also is? It's so much I want my side to win.
Yeah, that's what it is. You select sides, which is fucking crazy because it's the same. But in the States and every country is like that. Yeah. Greece, same thing. You have your political party and you die for the political party, which is so stupid. Yeah. These people wouldn't die for you.
Of course not.
These people would fucking kill you if they had the chance.
Yeah. Well, no, because then they need to milk you, right, for taxes and shit, so they can get paid.
Oh, by the way, the Charlie Hebdo, we talked about it a bit on the morning show.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that there was protests now in Pakistan. Like thousands of people in Pakistan, they were telling...
Speaking of Pakistan, say this. And
they were saying, fuck you, France. And they were protesting. And it was funny because I saw some like pictures and little videos of like these garbage village towns, like completely fucked up. And they were protesting because they were angry at what France, how Macron said basically, no, you could post whatever images you want. There's freedom of speech. Yeah. The Muhammad images. And they were so angry. And I was watching this and I was like, if you would get half that angry at your government for having you live in squalor, you wouldn't be thinking about this shit. You know what I mean? You would have a better life. You'd be thinking about other stuff, But the fact that you're willing to mobilize about a drawing that happened a couple of years ago that people died over, and you're like, they should still fucking die now because they're posing. You're putting all that energy there. Why don't you put energy into elevating yourself from where you are? So I was watching this. I go, what in the fuck? What is going on?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Like, how do you, if you have that much rage in you, and you could mobilize, you're getting organized. Why don't you get organized for something that'll bring everyone together for a positive thing?
Yeah.
Make it better. God, it's fucking, but again, it's a team thing.
Know. Yeah.
I was told, these drawings, whoever makes a drawing of him, we have to kill him or whatever the fuck it is. So I'm there. Come on, guys. It's not a small country, Pakistan. It's a big fucking country. You could do a lot of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's the same excuse I have with India. Like, dude, India has industry. And not just telemarketing, like you can do Turkey too. Same thing. They could do so much, and instead you have this fucking guy as a sultan trying to lead them into war, trying to lead them into a war where a lot of countries, like half the world, is going to be against Turkey. That's what he's setting up for. He's talking shit about France now. They're saying crazy shit.
But this guy's nuts, bro. This guy's gonna get the whole world against him.
Yeah, he said the fact that Greece doesn't want to give us the island is our fault. We should have drowned them years ago. We deserve it. We deserve Greek land, is what he's saying. We deserve it. How the fuck can you go out and say that and go, if we go to international court, they're gonna see things our way. We deserve it. How do you? What international court is gonna be like? Yeah, you deserve someone else's land because you want it.
And you know what pissed me off? Some people actually, like, you retweeted this, right? Someone called Greece macho or something.
Yeah, some stupid bitch who she wrote a book. She had close ties to Turkey. She was in their
political system. I love the way you said that, by the way. Some stupid bitch.
Yeah, she was a very, very dumb. Because basically she said, they have to stop their macho politics. And it's like, you dumb whore. Greece isn't doing macho politics. We're not the aggressor.
Yeah.
When someone tries to break into your house, right? It's not macho to be like, hey, you want to do me a favor and get the fuck out of my house? Yeah. That's not macho. Macho would be you going out on the street and be like, hey, come here, buddy. I don't fucking like blue cars. You're driving a blue car. And then you're being an idiot.
That's macho.
It's like, macho. What the fuck are you dumb whore. So, yeah, and then I attacked her on Twitter. It was a good moment for me. Because it was just such a stupid thing to put. Like, come on, man. Just be reasonable.
Yeah.
Say the truth. Yeah, I understand you like them. You have ties with their politicians there and all that, but what they're doing is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
It's completely fucking wrong. But it's funny because he basically threatened France, the rest of Europe, whoever backs Greece, the UAE. He's mad at the United Arab Emirates. He's just fighting with everyone. He's just like, fuck everyone. We're going to take over. At some point, isn't that posturing going to backfire? He was saying to his generals, be ready. Maybe we shoot down one of the Greek planes or a tanker so that we can start a war. These are things, bro, that once, twice, like, everybody's like all scared to be like, oh, they're scared to tell him anything. But after a little while, people can get fucking fed up.
He's a bit of a dummy.
He's going to put that country, dude. First of all, that country was in an upward trend for a while.
Yeah.
The lira was getting strong. Their economy was doing well. And then now he's fucking tanked it. Their economy, their lira is on a spiral. It's going down every day. Their industry, basically, the stuff that he promised would basically make Turkey into like a Indonesia. Because the stuff that he promised is basically for like the States and other countries to do their manufacturing. They do cheap in China, but to do it in Turkey. But that would mean that you want your citizens to start getting paid roughly those salaries. And they're adjacent to Europe. What the fuck are they going to afford on those? You're just going to build slave camp? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You should want your country to modernize. And they were modernizing. They were fucking on an upward trend. And this guy, because he just wants power. He just wants land. He's playing civilization in his head. He wants to remake the Ottoman Empire. He's playing a different game in his head, this guy. And it's not going to be in the benefit of us. It's not going to be in the benefit of his people. It's not going to be in the benefit of any, or even himself. Because after a while, someone's going to fucking blow you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't look at Hitler. He tried the same shit. Like, after a while, man, someone's going to fuck you.
And Russia's probably just waiting.
Well, Russia got into an argument with Greeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because the Greek media was saying how Russia, like, what the fuck? Why is Russia helping Turkey? And then the embassy in Athens, the Russian embassy, came out and said, "Stop the fake news. We're not supporting Turkey. We we don't want any conflict. We just didn't want to get involved. But our traditional ally," they said, "has been in Europe is Greece. So don't worry about that." Which was also a strong message. That's kind of like a wink. Like, look, we're not getting involved right now. It's not because we're against you, but we've always been tight with you. So if some shit does go down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but that's the only way we'll step in. They go, we don't want to be involved. Yeah. Crazy, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a clusterfuck.
Big party on Discord tonight. Oh, really? There's a...
Oh, shit.
What's going on Discord? They're not there. Oh, yeah. Well, Discord in general has been fucking popping. I jump in from time to time, and I see some good shit going on there. A lot of good memes and stuff.
Yeah. Meme dump is my favorite.
Yeah, the meme dumps.
Oh, man.
Yo, by the way, so the intellectuals, who likes the logo, the poster, everything? It's fucking nice, huh?
I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah, I worked on it for a bit. I was happy with it.
It actually looks like we're intelligent. Like, I don't know why
until we start talking.
I don't know why it gives that vibe, like with me laughing.
Yeah, it just looks like you guys are discussing important highbrow topics. Yes, quantum theory. Oh, yes. That's what it looks like.
I still can't understand quantum computers.
Quantum computing.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean you can't understand?
Like, they're just like, what is it?
Wait, you don't know what it is, or you can't understand it, because those are two different things.
Well, I don't know.
Because if you don't know what it is, then that's why you can't understand it. That doesn't make you stupid.
I don't know what it is.
Like a quantum computing.
Yeah, I just from what I understand, it's just a supercomputer or like a super computer.
That's the easiest way to explain it.
But what can it do?
Crazy shit. Like, I don't know. Think about your computer right now. If we attach like fucking 15 SSDs to that bitch, some graphics cards. You know what I mean? Like, it gets better and better.
Okay, like I could run
all kinds of shit, because that's what they do. They run for those computers. They run a lot of what's it called, simulations at once, right? So that's how they also count. That's how they calculate when there's meteors and shit like that flying around us.
Yeah.
Every possibility, they have to know, like, if this changes, would this hit us? When would it hit us? All that shit.
Oh shit!
You have to do it's crazy calculations to know that shit.
God damn.
And quantum theory, like quantum physics, I guess. That's when they talk about like different dimensions and different realities and wormholes and shit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Bro, okay, yo, so I tried to watch, there was this really smart kid on YouTube that would talk about 1D, 2D, 3D, and, I understand the concept of 1D, and then 2D, and then 3D. I understand all the concepts, Then I started going...
Do you understand the concepts?
Yeah, well, 1D is just the line.
What's the difference between 1 dimension and 2 dimensions?
Well, 2 dimension... Okay, I'm bad at this. Explain myself, but so the 1 dimension is you see that line, that's it, right? But then in 2 dimension, you see that line is no longer a line. So like if you in 1 dimension, if you draw a square, right? All you see is a line.
Yeah, it's not a square if it's 1 dimension.
Exactly. But it could be a square in 2 dimension. You know what I mean? So like a 1 dimension being just sees it as a line, where we can see 2 dimensions, we see it as a square, but they just still see it as a line. But then in 2 dimension, you could see that it's a square. You know what I mean? And 3D, basically, the 3rd dimension, we see like shapes and shit. Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not super off. Like, it's not.
Well, that's how I understood it.
I get what you're saying. But the 1 dimension, you won't be able to even see a line, because you'll just see, like, think of a square or a dot, like you just see one thing.
Yeah.
2 dimensions is like, look at video games, like let's say Super Mario, the old games, those are 2 dimensions, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So you see a little bit of depth, and then 3 dimensions, like where we live right now, you can see the top, the bottom, the sides, right? So there's this 3-dimensional space, and then there's 4. So when you think about,
but the 1st dimensional being cannot see the 2nd dimension.
I know what you're saying. They use that as an example, so that they say if there's other realms, you won't be able to see it, because they give you the example of the piece of paper, right, and the 2 lines. I know that too. It's a good example, but we don't know. We don't know if that would be the case.
I know.
Because does that mean that someone? Because let's say right now when you're playing, obviously they can't see you. But like Super Mario, they're like, oh, you could see him, but he can't see you. That's because it's a fucking video game. That's why he can't see me.
No,
because they're saying, what if there's a 4th dimension, ghosts or anything like that, and they could see into this world, but we can't see with them. No. Like, let's say, like when they give you the example on the piece of paper where they draw the line, they say you could basically maneuver all around this paper. This is your world. But then we look at the paper, we could poke holes in the paper, but they can't see us, right? They can't see that dimension. Yeah. We're in that extra layer.
Yeah,
that's what they're talking about with this shit. It's which is fucking, for me, it's super fascinating.
For me too, bro. Like,
you ever seen Interstellar?
Yes, I have.
That was good.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
Was it like that or no?
Yeah, it was all about quantum physics.
Okay.
And well, it looked like time travel, but is it really time travel because like time and space is what the other dimensions are saying are, right? They're saying that time is also a dimension. Dimension. So that didn't, like, when I was young, the dimensions were physical.
Yeah.
So, and then when they add time to the equation, changes everything.
But this raises a question also, can we upgrade?
What do you mean?
Can you, as a human being, reach a certain level in life and upgrade from 3D to 4D?
It depends what the 4D is. Is the 4D a spiritual realm? Is the 4D a science that we haven't come up with yet, right? Because just like flying, for example, when you see the Earth from on top, you know how you see the Earth looks completely different, right? The higher you go. Okay. So that dimension of space to look at it and calculate movement didn't exist. It wasn't even a concept in someone's head. No one could think about what that would be, right? And with technology, we've made it to a place where we could do that and see it, document it, calculate it, right? but I don't know what the fourth, fifth, or there's theories out there. But I don't know what another dimension would be unless we're counting when they say space and time.
Yeah.
Forget that. Something else, something that we don't have a word for. Something that a word doesn't exist, but there's something else. Like there's thoughts about how how some people are psychically connected.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Do you know when there's certain people that they could think alike, complete understand, like
like in 4D, maybe not.
Or when you feel something, when you feel like, let's say you just fucking get out of bed, you're like, shit, something happened, and you find out that you get a phone call 2 minutes later and your relative died. What is that? You know what I mean? People will try to rationalize it and be like, it's I don't know, ghosts. It's you love someone so much. Or we could find out in a couple of years that it's a genetic marker. It could be in your DNA. Certain people that have the same DNA as you, like I say, your direct family, you're connected to. In how Wi-Fi is, even if you're distant. Yeah. And when something traumatic happens to them, you feel it too. But we don't have a way to calculate it yet. And then in 10, 20 years, they might be like, holy fuck, dude, DNA gives more information than what we thought.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's all kinds of it's super, super interesting. Look, Silver and Gold just wrote dark matter. Fucking dark matter, bro. Explain that shit to me. All that stuff, man, is fucking...
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. It's very fascinating. I love these kind of topics. And like there was... do you remember...
Tibin says there's actually 11 confirmed, under quotes, dimensions.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so apart from space, time, because like I said, that's what we're calling them, right? Different dimensions, and they're documented, but we don't. It's some stuff is hard to quantify. Some stuff is super complicated to explain. Like you have to already have a basic understanding of very high level stuff in order to understand the new shit. Like I'm not gonna get any of this stuff. I get the basic. I get the basic of like let's say the extra dimensions and adding time and space and like how wormhole theoretically would work if like the whole piece of paper, there's a hole here, but you're not going around it. You're basically cutting space in, and jumping from one point to the next. I get the basics of it, but I don't know if that'll work because these are all theories. Like folding space. Yeah. To me, I get what they're saying with gravity and all, but I can't ever see. To me, it happening for real seems like science fiction shit. Yeah. But maybe it's because the way I'm imagining in my head is just stupid. Yeah. But it's just they're trying to oversimplify things. Like bending space to me sounds crazy. And every time I look at examples of what they're talking about, these scientists, I'm like, it seems wacky, but who the fuck am I? Yeah.
But
I love this kind of shit. But I also, tell people that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I don't. It's not my field.
Oh yeah, obviously
I don't know. Ask me about comedy, then I know. This is shit that interests me. But
this is shit that intrigues me too. That's why I like to talk about it.
But I'm excited because the new season of all my podcasts starts at the end of this month once everything is nice and fixed, and I could bring on, since I have an English and a French podcast, all kinds of different people. So I'm gonna bring on.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because this year I'm focusing on more of outside of just comedy. So I want to bring in some scientists, rapists, like different people in society, just to ask them questions. What's up?
But it's fascinating, bro. I remember one time when I used to work this because we have the 5 senses. What are they? Touch, sight, hearing, smell, and taste. 5 senses.
But then you have the 6th sense, which is you can see and hear Bruce Willis.
I still haven't watched that movie.
You've never watched The Sixth Sense?
No.
You haven't lived, sir.
So I remember one time when I worked at Carrefour Laval, I worked at Bell. You remember that? And I was having a cigarette, I remember. And there was this guy that used to work for another telecommunications store, but this dude was wacky as fuck, bro. And it comes up.
He was selling phones?
Yeah, but he was wacky. Like, he looked like the mad scientist type in the making. His hair was all fucked up, but like he would talk about all these concepts. He goes, we actually have 32 senses.
32 senses? Yeah. Fuck me, man.
I'm like, excuse me? He goes, yeah. That's why when something happens that you can't explain, he goes, it's one of those senses.
Okay, I see what you... But hear me out now. Yeah. I know this guy sounds wacky, but it's kind of what I was just saying now. Like, how do you... Isn't that a sense?
Yeah.
Isn't that... when you feel... when you just feel something like, and then something happens right away, like you had that premonition. we say, oh, it's a premonition. Well, okay, but what is that? Let's try to quantify that instead of talking like we're in the Middle Ages and be like, it's magic. You just feel it, spirits. No, there's something else. Like we already know now, like with DNA. First of all, mannerisms. Mannerisms seems like something that you would develop, right? Because people could gain mannerisms through seeing stuff, through repetition, right? Through influence. But we've also seen examples of mannerisms that are taken from genetics. Like you have, like I have mannerisms from my grandfather. I've barely spent any time from my grandfather, but anyone who meets me who knew my grandfather is like, oof, that's fucking eerie. And not just the look. We're talking about mannerisms, the way I say things, the jokes, and like that's fucking weird. It's like you're him, but I didn't live with him to get influenced by him. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's clearly more in DNA that's given to you than just, oh, you look like someone, you look like your parent, there's clearly other stuff that we're giving, that we're sharing in the genetic code, which is fucking crazy if you think about it. Like, what else are we giving that we don't know about?
That is wild.
The HIV. No, but it's funny to think about that whole, like people, not everyone has premonitions. Like not everyone is good in that realm. Do you know what I mean? But there are some people who have it. Is that a genetic marker? It's not something that's teachable?
No.
Like you can't teach someone. Like you remember, I don't know if you know about this, but like the CIA used to do a lot of tests with like when they were doing MK Ultra, and they did tests during the Cold War on people who displayed actual psychic abilities.
Yes, I remember this.
And they did some tests that were fucking weird. Like there's documentaries about this, that some people could astral project, is how they were saying. Like they could see actual locations. They were trying to find military bases and where like the Russians were hiding their rockets, and they could. It's like Google Maps, but in their heads.
Yeah.
But it was a handful of people that were good at this around the world that they had the CIA. Now, what I'm saying is those people, let's say it's exactly what the CIA had said. Let's say it's accurate. They have this fucking weird ability to do that. Now, is that something that you could teach someone that they can do with their brain, that they can learn to be like it? Or is it something that only specific people with specific genetic markers can do? Do you see what I'm saying? I would assume, because I don't think it's a fucking ghost thing, I would assume if it's possible, it's definitely genetic. It's not everyone.
Kind of like when you choose a character, like in an RPG.
You have a skill set.
Yeah, and you select a type of race or whatever.
Yeah, and then there's certain, depending on your race, it's going to determine your ability to play specific sports.
Yeah.
I was making a joke, but it took you too long to get it. I just
realized that.
No, but you know how like in an RPG, there's limitations, let's say. Like, okay, if you want to go this way, you lose part of this.
Like in the Elder Scrolls, if you select, I think it was Dark Elf, you're not too good with melee.
Okay, you're super oversimplifying it, but it's not bad. Like that's kind of what I'm oversimplifying. This is what I'm theorizing. I'm theorizing that there's certain stuff you can't teach people.
Yeah.
Those kind of things, those kind of weird ass things. Because if you could teach people, then the CIA wouldn't have spent all that money and that research to try and find specific people that displayed this power and then trying to harness it. You know what I mean? They would have just raised fucking lab kids and taught them how to do this shit.
Exactly. It gets you thinking, because then what else? Like,
oh yeah, Men Who Stare at Goats. Gary, I have not seen it or read the book, but Men Who Stare at Goats, I think it's a book about the CIA shit. But I should watch it because I actually heard good things about it.
Men Who Stare at Goats? What's it about?
It's about that kind of stuff, I think. The people who, like the CIA had those people that they thought had psychic abilities.
Well, what does staring at goats have to do?
Well, I have to watch the movie or read the book to find out, I guess. It's the title of the book.
Okay, now I'm curious though.
Yeah.
It's like, do they actually, is that where they get their powers from? Just staring at goats?
Okay, that's just you a retarded person. Best show on YouTube. Silver and Gold just dropped $10 in the super chat. He's saying best show on YouTube. Thank God someone I don't want to mention is not here. P&P on Sundays rock. It's all about that P&P. Yeah, choose your race, guys. But just like in RPGs where you choose and you have limitations. That's what I think. I think there has to be something. I've been convinced for years that there's more in DNA that's transferred than just a simple, like, your eye color, just this visual kind of non-useful type of things that doesn't really matter. Just you look like someone.
Yeah.
I'm convinced there's more. I'm convinced that what you don't get is obviously culture. I think culture you have to pass on and teach them, and language, all that stuff. But there's some other stuff that I think you can we can't really quantify yet, but that is written in your DNA.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's also what like the people who wrote like Assassin's Creed and shit.
Yeah,
that's kind of the theory too. That's why the whole story is about a guy. You're going back, not really going back in time. You're looking at all those stories through his DNA.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think that you can do that shit, but they're on the same theoretical plane by saying that your DNA has a lot more information that you can pull from.
Well, that would be interesting because according to Elon Musk, you could theoretically take memories. We spoke about this last time, I think.
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
the test he did with the pigs.
Yeah, and we had said that, and I said the same thing that I've thought this for a while, just because the way memory in like memory cards is stored and all that shit, that it's just a matter of because we know that we have memories. It's not fake. It's real. You remember things.
Yeah.
We remember stuff. We can talk. So that means, and we know where it's all stored. But we know what your brain does and the synapses. We know basic level neurology.
Yeah.
So now the question is unlocking that code. What does each thing mean? What does each spark here mean? What is this? You know how they were trying to discover back in the day when you feel certain pain here, where is it on your brain? What does it do, right? That's what they were doing. They were trying to unlock, they were decoding certain things in the brain. And remember when they found tumors where the tumor pushes? Remember the woman who could smell burnt toast? It was all part of Canadian history, like historical heritage moments. They had the burnt toast lady on TV. That in McGill, that's where the neuroscience people had figured out that if you have pressure on this side of the brain, you know, it makes you smell burnt toast or whatever. They know if you have this kind of a tumor, this kind of that. That's what they do. It's just trial and error. So it was about unlocking. What does X thing mean? For this decoding, like when you have a hieroglyph.
Interesting.
So I see this, the hieroglyph, it's like an eagle fucking a parakeet. But what does it mean? You know, and then they had to decode it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing. They're clearly, we have memories. We know we have memories. They're saved there. You have memories from, you know, traumatic incidents, not just early childhood. So they're there. Now what they're trying to do, what Elon Musk is trying to do, is figure out how to decode it, how to read it. You know? So think about this as a hard drive. He's trying to figure out, okay, this hard drive is, let's say it runs a different operating system. I have to figure out with the operating system I have how to decode this.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do with the chip. That's what he's trying to do because they figured out like the signals that you send through the spine and it, like all the stuff that happens. So they're trying to, I don't know. It's fucking. Also, it's scary. It's scary the chase that we have for to become superhumans.
Yeah, but there's a fine line between, like we said.
I can't decide what that fine line is for everyone, but I do feel like somewhere down the line with everything we're doing, you're gonna have to lose your your humanity at some point. Because I think part of what makes us human, like the poetry, the love, the losing someone, the pain, the sadness, anxiety, all that. That's what makes us human, and we create. If you're perfect, if you can't feel empathy anymore, but you don't feel sad, you're never hungry, don't you lose that bit of humanity? Do you know what I mean? If everything's done, you never have to work anymore. Let's say you don't have, everything's automated. You have credits for doing so. Not even credits. Everything's just robots are making everything. You're just living. They just give you a limit on how many kids you can have, so it's sustainable.
You're just enjoying life.
You're just enjoying life, but not really enjoying life because now you also have no more disease. Do you know what I mean? Everything is safe. You don't drive anymore. You get in, your car drives you. Everything is dictated. Everything is predetermined. Your whole life is basically on tracks. Don't you at some point lose your... Because a lot of the shit that we do comes from darkness. A lot of the shit that we do, movies, poetry, music, comes from sadness.
That's true, yeah.
You know? Comes from you enlightening yourself, discovering yourself. You get older, you make new experiences. You know, when you were 16, you thought this, but then when you were 18, you went on this trip and you learned about this culture, you know, and you just grow as a person.
Yeah.
Because of all the times you get knocked down, right?
Yeah.
If you take all that out of the equation, are you still a human being? If you're just on rails throughout life, you're a sack of meat.
You're just a being, yeah. You're a pod, basically.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I wonder is, what is our limit? At what point do we lose our humanity when it's all just like Black Mirror-esque?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as feeling bad anymore. There's nothing to feel bad about. Everyone on the planet is eating. Everyone has the same life every day, you know? There's no... Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's scary, though.
Yeah, it's scary. Plus, it's like that from when you're a kid. You have no reference. There's no anxiety of what am I going to do with my life. You don't have to worry about that. Everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Nothing, basically. But it's not nothing to you because it's the only something you know. Do you get it? Yeah. If it's the only something you know, it's not nothing to you.
And then how do you enjoy life? How do you enjoy?
Well, you
sitting on a
enjoy
beach?
you enjoy what you know. Like that might not be reality. Then that might not be what people do. Like right now, let's say if I tell you, Poseidon, can you go a week without your cell phone? And you tell me, go fuck yourself.
It depends what.
I'm just saying. You're like, I'm using this as an example, and you say my cell phone or anything you want on your computer. You're like, go fuck yourself. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'll bring you a kid from some remote village in Africa. Kid, you're gonna spend a month without your cell phone. He's gonna be like, my what?
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Do you get it? So
click now. Yeah.
he's not losing anything. He's like, I can't feel that loss.
Yeah.
I never had that addiction to be. I don't know what this is. So he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I'm just using it as a rough example.
I completely get it.
So it's not a loss to you. So if all kids are born in that reality of everything is automated, you get educated in a certain sense, but they obviously leave out sad shit.
Yeah.
And you just every day you just wake up, you contribute in some fucking way that we'd figure out how people can contribute. You can't have too many kids because we don't want to overpopulate because now everything's too good. There's no more disease. They've wiped out diseases. Well, when do you change from being a human to basically a meat robot? What are you gonna? There's gonna be no more breakup songs. No one's breaking up. There's no sadness.
Yeah.
There's no more movies. There's no more mobster movies. No more crime movies. No more anything movies. No more romantic movies.
I'm having a hard time picturing that kind of world.
Don't, because that's the future that we're walking towards.
Fuck.
Yeah. Because we're eliminating. We're putting
the negative.
Look, I'm not saying, obviously, I would prefer a world with no disease. There's certain stuff that we have to evolve and try to get rid of, but not being scared to have people fail. Not being scared to have people lose, kids lose. That's part of life.
Yeah.
The way, and you grow from it. Everything I'm doing now, dude, if I didn't fuck up, if I didn't lose, there's no way I would be able to get to where I am right now. Yeah. No way. Let's see. We're out of luck regarding guns up here. Oh, yeah, that's different. I'd love to. They're talking about guns. I don't know how we went to. We're going to fight back, bro. We're going to get guns. We will not be robots. Let's see. Derek is talking about. Who's this? Not the dude from before. Says other animals can also feel sadness, clearly. But we might be the only ones who can feel it by empathy. I think you think maybe dogs can feel it by empathy because you ever notice that your dog, if you're sad, it knows you're sad and it tries to comfort you. There's something to be said about that. And you see, they don't have ways of expressing. Let's say like animals, their big thing because animals feel pain. Animals feel, I know for my dog just the way she is. But the shitty thing about them, what sucks is that they can never express it. In another way, like in another form, they can't create art.
Yeah. Well, dogs, I read that, let's say they do something bad. They tear up the furniture.
Yeah.
And you scream at them. Apparently, they don't actually know what they did wrong. They're just sad. They're giving those puppy eyes because they're being yelled at by their owner, the person that they love.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that's true because I notice when my dog fucks up something and I don't yell at her, but I notice because I look at her and I notice that she gets sad. It's like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have done that.
Really?
Yeah, I never yell at her. She's this big, bro. What am I going to do, yell at her?
No, obviously not. But like if you have a bigger dog, right, you got to let him know.
But I'm just giving you an example of this one. She gets sad because
Yeah.
she knows. I'm like, really? And she's like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But they do feel. But we're the only ones that could express it. We're the only ones that could express it with art. And we could create different stuff. So once we kill that, what's the point?
Yeah.
Or is it just you think it's far-fetched? I'm just acting crazy right now. I'm just talking nuts.
It isn't far-fetched, bro. Look at everything they're talking about. Science, you know what I mean? AI taking over and shit. You know what I mean? It's not far-fetched.
If Hindus are right, animals are reincarnation of humans. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how any of this shit works.
You know what movie I saw that was wild? It made me think. It was a movie.
That's what you said, yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna give you the how it was. Humanity evolved so much that we created androids to do the job for us. So basically, all the jobs that we don't want: janitor, garbage pickers, all these jobs.
Garbage pickers.
Garbage men. You know what I mean?
Just people pick through my garbage.
Just jobs that we as a people, fast food workers, cleaners. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
jobs that people didn't want anymore. You know what I mean? Because of the way things were going. So. Created this android society, but then what happened was I think the android society was so perfect. This was in the movie that we started killing each other, humans and the androids, and then it was planet Earth, and then eventually eventually the humans leave the earth because they were going to go extinct, right? And then we learned from those mistakes on another planet, right? And developed our technology so good, and then we came back to retake our planet.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool concept.
Right? But the thing is, the androids, they weren't innately violent. They were just so perfect at doing everything. It just seemed like a bland society. So the movie doesn't tell you they're androids. Right? You just think they're all humans, and it's people living in this kind of like bland society, kind of like what you're talking about. No bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's just doing their thing, but they're actually androids, but we don't know yet. And then,
Well, so you just ruined the movie for me. Now I can never watch the movie. You ruined the plot twist.
yeah, but you don't know the name of the movie.
But now you can't give me the. Even if you give me the name, I know what it's about. What are you gonna
But
be like?
I don't even know the name. I forgot the name of the movie.
Well, now I can't watch that movie.
Ah, shit.
You're a piece of garbage.
Fuck. Should I just continue then?
No, now I grasp the concept. I think it's cool. I always like those kind of endings.
You know?
I like those plot twists.
And then finally, who you thought was the bad guy isn't, and etc.
Yeah. Okay, that's a nice little twist.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that people have thought about this before. Like there's a level of progress, technologically, emotionally, where we lose our humanity. We lose what makes us. Because the fact that we're not perfect is what makes us perfectly human.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about a perfect person. Like says the right thing, stands straight all the time. Hello there, Poseidon. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Yeah, that would creep me the fuck out.
No. But okay, well, forget how I said it. Let's say they talk normal, but they're just, they never get hurt. They never get sick. They just wake up like a fucking robot, do their thing, go back. No laugh, no crying, no jokes, none of that, no reaction. Like, is that a person you can hang out with? I can't. You're like, what are you? You're like a fucking piece of plywood. I can hang out with you. But imagine a planet full of those.
God damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why. But then there's the argument. People are going to tell me, well, what? You don't want automation. You don't want to upgrade things so that people stop working at fast food jobs or at supermarkets, and then we just do robots. Well, in a way, no, because there's something to be said about, I love the easiness of automation, but also those jobs were never meant. Those jobs were supposed to be for younger people, for part-time stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was supposed to be a temporary stops.
Yeah.
Right? Just the way we fucked up in society, they had to become career options for people. Like lifelong. Okay, I'm the manager, I'm the head. Like this is what I do, So somewhere along the line we fucked that. I don't know where we fucked up. And those jobs that were supposed to be for students, for whatever, they became actual careers because opportunities are not that bountiful, or some people didn't get the proper training for the new way of doing things.
Yeah.
So we have to look at that.
Well, that's also the education system's fault also.
It's the system's fault, but also stuff, man, just changed really fast. Like we expanded.
Well, that's why. Like,
look at the last decade, the technological advancements that we've done, how we live now. Someone who right now was working, let's say someone was working at a factory, number one employee. And they're like, look, right now you've been spending, you're 50 years old. You spent 20 years in this factory. You came to us when you were 30. You've been the best fucking employee. This is what you did. You did it. Now we're closing down. We're moving to China. You want to go to China? He's like, no. All right, well, you have to find another job. Now, this guy was great at his job. He's a hard worker, does whatever. But now when he's out in the field, it's not that he doesn't want to work. Everything's moved past him. He doesn't know, like, let's say, I'm going to go do something easy. I'm going to go to a restaurant, bust some tables or something. Be a waiter. It's like, everything is done by the machine. You have to learn how to use the POS, the point of sale system. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I never use a goddamn computer. I've been, working my hands. I've been doing this. So there's already, for what he thought was, okay, I'm going to go something quick. Even that job evolved, and now you got to learn how to use basic computers. You know what I mean? Like there's little things like that. Yeah. So people are like at a loss already, just with that. Now imagine all the crazier shit that's happening right now. Look at like when if you wanted to be an artist or a 3D artist, you need schooling for that. You need a lot of practice for that. There's so much that goes into it. It's not just a matter of, but I could draw it well on paper. Like I don't give a shit. You got to learn how to do it on this software.
But even at that, they say technology is moving so fast. Even if you go to school,
you have to relearn shit. Yeah.
When you come out, you still have to really learn shit because the time you were in school, what you were learning,
the industry was evolving.
Outdated.
Yeah, the industry was evolving. Yeah.
So what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. No. There's nothing bad about the industry.
I know.
I think the way we're doing things is wrong, but we don't know it's wrong, or we're aware that there's a flaw in the system, but we don't know how to fix it. So we're just continuing doing the same shit. Because there's clearly a flaw when, first of all, there's flaws in the system when people go to university. and you give them a degree in X thing and they get out and there's no opportunities for them. So there's a flaw in either you shouldn't be giving degrees out or you shouldn't be allowing people to sign up for something that there's no future in.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're businesses, they're private companies, aren't really universities.
Exactly.
So they don't give a shit whether you get a job or not after. That's not what they're after. They're after your money as a student. So they're not going to look out for you in that. But technically what they should do is, some stuff should be obsolete, some stuff should be upgraded. There's no reason to take someone's money for 5 years and you're sending them down a path. You're like, yeah, this fucking, I don't know, gender studies degree or whatever. And then they get out and like, yeah, there's no actual job for this. You're a barista again. That's crazy. That shouldn't, you know what I mean? There's tweaks that we have to make so that people don't fall off once they get out.
I read an article somewhere, or I don't know if someone told me.
So Gary says, as a graphic designer, he can tell you that he's constantly learning new things.
God damn.
Forget before virtual reality, obviously video games, everything was always evolving when I was in that, like new tools, there was always upgrades. That's normal. Just in podcasting, how many times technologies, camera stuff, software, always just in podcasting, dude, this shit keeps moving. Like I can't take a 1 year off break and then start up again and continue. Everything would have moved past me.
Yeah.
But you don't notice it because when you're in it, you're just learning as you go, all the new stuff, and it's normal. But if you look back at the last year, look at the upgrades we've made, look at the shit we're doing, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking new stuff. The game is completely changed. When I started podcasting 10 years ago, it's a completely different thing right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big
completely all the stuff, and a lot of good stuff too. Like a lot of there's a lot of technology that came out that helps us with episodes that we couldn't release before. Like let's say audio wise. Like the Bordel, when they had that issue with the audio, where I was able to fix it with Audition software about, removing just specific sample sounds and not our speech. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of benefits to this. It's just that you have to learn all that stuff. But yeah, everything is always moving, so you got to learn. So don't, I'm not saying this to make people feel anxious. I'm saying this so that people kind of understand that it's all right to feel anxious. It's normal because look at what's happening out there right now. And it all goes back to, at what point do we want to keep moving forward for positive things, but, still keep our humanity. Like I want to move forward and, change things like that. So make sure that people have work, they're self-sustainable, no hungry kids. No hungry people anyway, but, you do what you can for the kids so that they grow up to contribute and to be self-sufficient. That's what I want. I don't want to just eliminate every bump possible in the road and then not take care of that issue. Do you know what I mean? Like now it's like, oh, kids, they don't really lose. There's no more winners or losers in tournaments. Let's say we just don't count the goals or whatever.
Well,
how is that helping? Because I understand what you're saying. You're saying if we do this, there will be no kids that feel like they lost. But my argument is, number one, you're also eliminating kids who do well and will not feel like winners. That's very important. For you to feel your victories is very important. And also it's very important for kids to lose. It's very important for kids that need to know, you need to work a little bit harder. Or sometimes life is unfair. You would have tied the game, but you hit the post. You get past it, You learn and you get better. All that shit to me is super, super important. And I don't think by hiding the truth, because that's the truth, right? You fall off. By hiding the truth, you're helping anything. You're saving yourself from having to deal with an emotional child. But you're saving yourself from having to deal with a losing situation, but you're not helping the kid in any way.
Yeah, but then the consequences are much
greater.
Much greater.
Well, look at now. You develop a generation of entitled people who think, I was told there are no losing. There's no losing. There are no losers. So why am I fucking losing?
Yeah.
It's like, it's because you didn't go to school. You never wanted to work a full-time job. You never, that's why you're losing. No, I was told there are no losing. So what the fuck? I want to have what that guy has. So yeah, but that guy's been working for 30 years. He sacrificed a lot, and that's why he's there. Well, that's not fair. I should be there too.
No.
Well, no, you've been playing Xbox and drinking Mountain Dew for 15 years, sir, and you didn't want to work. So how can you be there? Well, I should be there. And then you create this fucking these mental cases who they're just entitled. They want it,
and it shows a lot. But
it shows a lot of news. Yeah, look at but they never wanted to work for it, and they got so old now that the concept escapes them. They're like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You guys are idiots. No, you don't have to work. You just get it. And then you're like, where will it come from? Like when they say, the government should pay for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the government pays, where is that money going to come? Like, what do you think the government doesn't make anything? You make stuff.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like the government, we create stuff. Then the government taxes us and tries to fix shit with our money. They're not creating revenue. We're the ones who are creating money. We being the people, everybody who works. Whenever you contribute, your sweat creates dollars, let's say.
Yeah.
Anyways, you also gain some sense of humility. Sometimes people are better than you. Exactly. Dude, that's super important. Super, super fucking important.
Yeah.
Just in comedy, dude, just seeing people that I look up to that I think are great, you know what I mean? And be like, oh, fuck, man. Just, how he thinks about this type of subject and how he came up with a joke about this serious, I want to do something like that. And it motivates you. You have to say, like, I'm not that good. I want to get that good. Like think about Mike Tyson, bro. Fucking think about not just fighting Mike Tyson, but think about Mike Tyson. Everybody sees him as the monster, it was. Yeah. But before that, people thought I was listening to him talk, and he said that people thought that he was too small. Where you can go with this guy? He's he can't do anything. He was just a hood kid, didn't know any better. He didn't know how to visualize success. All that shit that he was taught. It's incredible shit, man. Just learning that you could lose, but you're gonna fight to win.
Yeah, tooth and nail.
Tooth and nail. No one's gonna give you anything. No one owes you shit.
Yeah,
I love that kind of stuff. This is good. I don't know what you guys are. Let me check in the chat if you guys are enjoying this episode. I think you guys are having fun. Graphic. Yeah, we started a lot of topics. Derek G dropped $2 in the super chat because he's like, I'm liking this shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the dynamite kid over there. It's all about Doritos. First of all, Doritos is probably, I heard, what is it, PlayStation or someone's coming with a new thing where you can eat Doritos without getting your fingers dirty.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a extension of two fingers.
Oh, my God. Well, I used to eat Cheetos with a fork, so I don't get my fingers dirty. The Cheetos Puffs?
Yeah, I haven't eaten Cheetos or chips in years, bro. I've avoided that shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I haven't eaten chips in a while, too.
See, Silver and Gold says, Tyson rocks. Did you see his GRE podcast? The latest one, I didn't watch it, but I listened to a lot of it on the go. By the way, that fucking... So I don't know when Spotify is going to open up video podcasting for all their podcast partners. All of us. Fucking, I'm right here. But I think that's the best way to watch podcasts once it's up and running. Dude, just the seamless transition of you're watching the video, you just lock your phone on, it just continues in audio, right? Because they have...
That's nuts. You showed me that shit, bro, and I was like in awe.
It's the most seamless. It works better than YouTube because it also works past the lock screen normally. I was fucking around with it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man, Spotify is really... Yeah. That's why they spend so much money on Rogan and some other podcasters. They really want to take over the game. Podcasting is now the future. God, actually, yeah. As soon as Rogan signed that contract, he... people were mad at him, but he made it possible he gave us all a price point.
Yeah.
And he basically gave a lot of people that were podcasting and he gave people that were thinking about going to podcasts, he gave them legitimacy.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't notice that. They just got jealous because they didn't get $100 million. You're not going to get $100 million.
I never understood that.
But
I never understood
because
that
of
mentality,
him,
by the way.
you could collect something because of him.
Yeah. So that mentality to me makes a lot of sense. But I never understood that mentality of like, oh, what the fuck? How come I didn't get the 100 million? Like,
again, it's that entitlement.
Yeah.
But look, now the way it is, he just legitimized it and just showed a lot of the industry that, hey guys, you're getting fucked over. Like, you're getting fucked over. You're losing. People are tired of your corporate bullshit. They're going directly to artists. They just go for what they like. They're not going to sit there and listen to some guy on the radio who's not allowed to give his real opinion, talk about the weather every 15 minutes. Yeah. They're going to support their podcast. They want to have exclusive content. They have Patreon. They have subscribers, or whatever the fuck, anything you want, fucking OnlyFans. You know what I mean? They're going to go directly to it. And I was listening to a thing this morning about the record industry. It's shit we knew about how they fuck over their artists and stuff. And dude, it is so fucking rough. There's artists that they sign for a few $1 million, let's say, deal. Like their deal's like $1 million or $2 million. But really what they're getting at the end of the day, they're making less than minimum wage.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because it's not really their $1 million. So let's say they'll get $1 million. Normally that money is a huge portion of it is kind of an advance for making the record, let's say, which will take you a year. So you're going to float with certain cash. And then they have a clause of when the record starts selling, how much you owe them back initially first before you make any money. So by the time you pay them back and everything, and then you're paying interest sometimes because they treat it like a loan, you've made nothing. You made nothing. And then when they decide, okay, I'm going to make money, I'm going to go on tour now. But when you're with these labels, they control the tour too, and they control the terms of those contracts. So again, on the tour, they're the ones making 80% upfront, and they have to make a minimum. Like let's say they go, look, we make 80% of the sales. You're like, okay, fine. But in order for you to start making money, we have to make a minimum of $3 million, let's say. So until they even make that money, you're getting zero. and they're getting everything going in on that.
Oh,
So if
that's
you only
dirty.
make 3 million, let's say, if they only make 3 million, that means that you get 0. They got all that money and you still owe them for the advance they gave you in the beginning. And then how do you get that money? You owe them money and you've made $0. So then you make another one. You sign another. Yeah, they fuck you, dude.
What?
Yeah. Complete fuckery. But all that shit I was looking at is, and what artists are trying to do is what we're already doing. Artists were trying to remove themselves from that and go directly to the fans. Have like direct subscription stuff that they couldn't do in their contracts. It's the shit we're doing with Patreon. It's the shit that podcasters, comedians are doing. Eliminate the middleman. You just go directly to the source. Yeah, you
How
don't
do you
get.
do that with music?
Well, the problem with music is that you need the money for publicity. That's where the record labels are good, right? They'll pump your shit everywhere. They'll be in all the radio stations, so you become big, right? But depends on what you want to do, because you could be a household name, but you're broke, and then you're dependent on them. Whereas us, we're not making, let's say, what a Drake contract would make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But him, probably he's doing his own thing now. He probably has much more favorable.
Yeah, but Drake is
favorable. Yeah,
he has power now.
Yeah, he has a favorable contract. But I'm just saying, we don't make that money, but everything we do is ours. There's no third party like a record label come in and be like, actually, guys, you're gonna start for the next year. You're gonna live off fucking $15 a week, and that doesn't exist. We decide, right? So, but we don't have the same publicity. We're not going to be on a billboard in Times Square where thousands of tourists are going to be like, who the fuck are those guys? And then look you up and then add that. You know, you lose that, but you gain independence. And if your shit's good, it grows. Like us, we've been lucky. Everything's been on a steady upward trend. The Patreon, the streams, all that. So that's what you have to do. You just have to work at it instead of waiting for that magic pill.
Well, even Joe Rogan, how many years did it take him?
It took him. He started 2 or 3 years before I even did my podcast. So it's like 13 years. 13, 14 years, yeah.
So it doesn't come tomorrow.
No, none of it, bro. Nothing. Whatever anybody tells you, it's even me. Everybody's like, oh, he's been podcasting for a year or two. Like, it's been
what are you
10
talking
years.
about? What are you?
When I was doing it, nobody believed in it at all. They all said it was a waste of time. It's stupid.
Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
And I was like, no, it's clearly the future. Like, no, it isn't. People get tired of the corporate shit, dude. People want to go directly to, and now you have so many options.
No, I feel like podcasting is definitely good. It's already happening before our very own eyes. It's going to replace radio, bro. Yeah,
radio's going to try to bounce back by doing podcast type stuff, but they can't. You know what the problem is?
It's too late. It's too late.
The thing about the podcast is you like a person, you like their point of view, or even you could hate their point of view, but you just like hearing them talk or argue, whatever the fuck it is. The main thing is that you know that person is that person. There's no one behind them saying you can't say this, you got to say it.
Yeah.
You're just getting genuine talk.
Genuine
Talk. That's what you're getting.
Genuine.
Yeah, genuine talk. So, but on the radio, you're not.
Yeah.
They can't say what they want to say.
No, they can't.
Let's see. Lisa says how TLC, remember the band TLC?
No.
I think TLC was the one that said, don't go chasing waterfalls. Remember? I think it was them. Were broke when they when their hit album Crazy Sexy Cool was out. Chili couldn't put gas in her car, but had paparazzi and fans swarming outside her house.
Really?
But she didn't have money to put in her car. Yeah, that's from what I saw this morning. It wasn't about TLC, but from what they described, and they described like NSYNC. Dude, the boy bands when they sold. And imagine there are 5 people in the group, right? They had sold, I forgot how many million, and they got their check. You know how much their check was? Guess. 10 G's.
Excuse me?
10 G's, bro. 5 people. Yeah. And then that's how they keep you in the system. That's how a lot of people go crazy too. Because imagine you're bending over backwards. You're giving all your artistic, adrenaline to them. You're giving everything you have. You're creating masterpieces. You're doing all this. You're going outside. People can't let you walk in the street. You're seeing your face on every billboard. But you're like, fuck, can I afford to eat some toast?
Fuck.
That fucks with you. That fucks with you, dude. Welcome to the chat, Joey. Yeah, that fucks with you. Yeah. Same thing with BSB. I think that's the Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I saw it for NSYNC, I think, this morning.
10 G's. So these fucking record labels.
Dude, the record labels monopolized it since like the late 90s. They really fucked. Oh, even I found out about Spotify. So, Spotify doesn't pay the artists. It's barely anything. Like, you have to sell.
Oh, bro, 0.08 cents or some shit.
Not even. In order to get the payout, in order to get that money, like it can't go halfway. Like in order for you to get a payout from Spotify, you have to have I forgot how many millions within that month of like plays, and you have to and then it comes to like $1,500. Like it's nothing. You can't build a career off Spotify money. It's impossible. So you have to be one of the top, and they don't get anything. And the reason that is because aren't you wondering? Well, why would record companies give that? Right? Record companies sold the rights to those songs for so cheap, for so little, because they got in exchange equity in the companies, in these growing companies like Spotify. So the record company doesn't give a shit because the lower they sell it, the more people that can go on there, like subscribe to Spotify for a less price, the more people are going to listen to it. The bigger Spotify is going to get, the more money it's going to be worth. They have equity in the company, so they're going to make money. But all this that's happening, all that stuff, the artists aren't getting paid. They're getting paid dick. So everyone else is getting rich.
All the work.
Yeah.
But how did some of these artists make it super big then?
Well, that's how they make it big. You make it big with that, but it doesn't equate your success visually doesn't equate to success in your wallet, is what we're trying to say. Hold on, we got a Halsan on the line. Let's see what he's up to.
But how did some of them make so much money? Like you see all these houses they have.
Well, there's real money,
cars.
and that's what they're trying to say, like rap and fake money. Like they show all that, and some of them buy it as an image in the beginning just to show their like, you know, for videos to be like, look at what I have, but they spend all that money just on the video. It happens to a lot of young rappers.
Really?
Yeah. Halsan, can you hear us? Let's see. I don't know. No, I don't hear him.
The volume maybe?
Maybe the volume's up.
Oh.
The volume's up, sir. Let's double check here. Maybe he's got something to add here. Voice and video. No, it should all be going normal. I don't hear him. Halsan, it says here that you're muted. He's muted. Oh, there we go. Mr. Halsan.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. You hear him?
Yes.
Ah, there he is. Tell me, you want to talk about the boy bands?
No, I wanted to speak about something else.
Tell me.
About the podcasts. You were talking about all the different podcasts you have. I was thinking about putting a 24/7 channel on the Discord so people can listen to the different podcasts you have. And I wanted to know what you think about that.
How do you mean?
It would be a channel like the same kind of channel for the movie night where the people don't talk, but they're able to listen to random podcasts from audio list.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. How would that happen? How would that work?
We've been testing on the others on the test server,
okay.
And we're just looking to find the right bot to set up on Discord, and we could create different channels depending, like one for the French cast, one for the live, one for 2DM. Whatever you want. We can even put a channel for just music.
I think that's a good idea. Right?
And
you're bored one day and you're like, fuck, I don't know what to pick. Let me just go on there. It'll randomize. You'll listen to different episodes.
And you just connect to Discord. It keeps the Discord active and dynamic.
I'm down for that. Yeah. If you guys can do it, if it's possible, let's get that shit done. You tell me what you need from me.
It's possible. It's possible, and we'll finish the testing, and we'll bring to you the next step to put it in place.
Oh, I'm super down for that. I think even Poseidon looks interested.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Halsan.
And that's why I called. I wanted to know also the people in the chat if they were willing to do that.
Like if they want that, if they think it's a good idea.
If they want that, yeah.
Yeah, would they ever use that? Yeah, let us know in the chat if you guys are down with Halsan's idea. I think him and Seabass are probably working on it right now. Maybe Trey Cool's part of that. I'm not sure, but it's a definite good idea. I think.
Okay.
And I like the music one too. Just a channel for random songs. How would that work? The music one though, it would just be like a Spotify playlist.
We can put a Spotify playlist. We can put a YouTube playlist. Whatever you want. We can even link RSS links. So the other podcasts. So other or music.
So Tibin says that Suzekut has the same thing, but on Twitch. It's random episodes.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly.
So it's definitely doable.
Video,
yeah.
That's doable also, but we wanted to do just the audio.
Just audio.
So whenever, you have your cell phone, you connect to Discord, you select the channel, and you listen to the podcast or the channel you want.
Yeah, I think it's a good fucking
And
idea.
then you lock your phone too, and it keeps playing.
Keeps
right?
playing,
Same thing?
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm down with that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll continue the test and we'll put this live soon.
Thank you. Yeah, let us know, and then I'll post it here so people try it out.
Yeah, and but the other thing I wanted to talk is tonight there's going to be a gaming night. I won't be there for the beginning. I think it's going to start around 8 or 9 o'clock.
Very cool.
I'm going to be at the Bordel tonight.
So, to come watch the shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was able to get tickets, so I'll be there.
Yeah, it's sold out quick, huh?
It sold out about an hour after they start selling the tickets.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be there, but for sure they're going to be at least 5 to 10 people playing tonight on the gaming channel, the Waterhead gaming channel.
So if you guys are at home, you're bored, get on the Pantelis Discord. If you don't have a link, it should be in the description. And also there should be a link on my website. If you click on Discord, head over there. Helsan, Seabass, and the whole crew, they normally do very good work. They put in a lot of funny memes there. But yeah, game night tonight. So if you guys are bored at home, you're not doing anything, you can connect and play. And these games, just so people understand, you don't need a Xbox or any of that stuff. You play them on Discord, and it's mostly trivia stuff, and you get to yell at each other.
Yeah, they just connect to the Jackbox TV, and the people are going to be there. I started this a few weeks ago, and then everyone is doing it almost every night, so it's magic.
Yeah, well, it was a good fucking idea. I remember when you brought it to my attention, I said from the beginning, I said, okay, this is going to be fun. Game nights. Anything to bring people together to just fucking spend some time having fun.
Yeah, and all we're missing right now is a movie night.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna when the movie nights come back, either this week or next week, we're gonna start doing it from the second studio so that me and Poseidon can be in the same room, and then we can have the camera on the bottom, and you guys can see the movie. And if you want, you could look in on us.
Yeah, and we want the camera on the chicken that Poseidon is gonna be eating.
If I don't know if it's gonna be chicken.
Chicken.
It means the food you're gonna be eating.
Oh,
yeah. All right, Halsan. So I'll see you tonight. I'll see you at the club.
Yeah, see you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you
Bye,
so
everyone.
much. I like Halsan.
it's pretty cool.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I'm all for any kind of upgrades to the Discord or shit, because the more and more people go on there, the more options you have, more fun shit to do.
Yeah.
I think it's for the best.
Yeah.
I think we're using Discord better than a lot of people.
Honestly,
Then again, I don't know what the fuck goes on Discord. We might be shit,
Yeah.
but we have a lot of stuff.
I'm not an expert on the topic. on like Discord, like
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure how it works.
Well, I don't know a lot about. I know enough, and I trust Seabass and Helsan. They know what the fuck they're doing.
You know, but I like what's happening. I like the upgrades. I like everything that's going on there.
Let's see. Put a GoPro on a bucket of KFC, dude. I haven't had KFC in so many years. It's probably still crazy delicious.
Just their bowls. Everything else is garbaggio.
What do you mean they're bowls?
They're chicken bowls. You know those chicken
okay,
buckets.
bowls.
Sorry, the bowls. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, their buckets are still good, but everything else is garbage. Like I had their poutine once.
Yeah, well, it's not a place you'd go for poutine, right?
Well, it was when I used to work.
It's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, it was when I used to work at Angrignon. That place, that mall there, Angrignon. I forgot.
Dude, you used to work in Angrignon. That's like LaSalle.
Yeah, Carrefour.
Oh, LaSalle's shit, bro.
Well, I used to go to Replace a lot when I used to work for Telus, and you know, you go. I'd get the trio, you know, and then instead of fries, like I was a fat fuck, so I'd be like, give me the poutine. Gravy was weird, man.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't like a see-through brown. It was like a thick tan. Like it was weird, bro. It wasn't that good.
Yeah, popcorn chicken was a big thing.
Popcorn
KFC.
chicken was good.
Pop-
Popcorn chicken was good.
Yeah.
The regular fried chicken is also fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude, I'm thinking about it and I'm making myself fucking hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too now.
It's fucking delicious. Let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Let's go eat some chicken.
My mom has burger patties, but only the patties, no bread.
You gonna go eat some burgers after
Yeah,
this?
man. Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat two.
I fucking love meat, bro. You know how much I love meat? I've noticed. I fucking love it, bro.
Yeah, we know.
I feel like I couldn't live without meat. I don't know.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to become a vegan.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know what? I'm scared because even the Beyond Meats and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm scared of eating too much of that because of the chemicals and shit.
Yeah.
Everything.
But they should be able to grow meat.
What?
They should be able to grow meat soon. You know that?
Explain yourself.
So I saw something, and I think you saw it too. We've spoken about this before, I think. That they basically... Sorry. They basically take... I think it was the DNA of cows, and they put it into this machine, and this machine basically grows beef.
Like meat. Beef.
Yeah.
I don't know how good that would be.
I saw a video also of somebody trying it. I think it was Gordon Ramsay that tried it.
Really?
He was freaking out.
Was he yelling? He's like,
No, it wasn't Gordon Ramsay. Who was it?
was this hippie shite?
Who tried it and was like, oh my God, this tastes like actual fucking meat. I remember seeing this.
Depends who you ask, though. Depends
Yeah.
But you feel like, obviously, you know, it would be good to kind of, if we can move away from animals,
Yeah.
because I feel bad for killing them, but they're goddamn delicious.
But also, it'd make a lot more space for us.
You think that's the problem now? Is you think the animals are taking up too much space? Is that?
They're taking up too much land. We got to take back the land from the animals.
No, the animals aren't there. We have a lot of space, dude. You know that we have so much space that we don't use. Because most cities, they're all like near the bodies of water of X area.
Well, look at Canada.
Look at Quebec.
Well, look at the entirety of Canada. I
Yeah,
don't know how
Canada's huge, and we're like 30-something million.
Yeah, and I don't know how many billions upon billions upon billions of trees we have. There was a study that came out that even if Canada caused as much pollution as one of the biggest polluters on the planet, we'd be fine because of the billions upon billions of trees that we have. So imagine our carbon footprint is so little compared to the rest of the world because of all the trees that we have. Because that's how they clean the air, right? So all this fucking tax, these what do you call those taxes?
The carbon tax.
Carbon taxes?
Well, the carbon tax is stupid anyway.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all just to tax us more. You know what I mean? If anything, we're cleaning the air of the world because of so many trees that we have.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. As far as I know, China still has shitty air. So I don't think we're helping the Chinese.
That's because they don't have trees. But even them, they found a way. They had ways. They wanted to build buildings, right?
Yeah. Well, Gary says that the best chicken he's ever had was in a restaurant in Brussels called the Canterbury. They raised their own chickens in their backyard. I will double down on that. And I was telling you, remember about when I was young in Crete in 2000s, and I was at a restaurant. I was eating with my dad, and it was like Vikings basically. First of all, we each had a whole chicken each, and the chickens were in the back, so they had to kill them, skin them, all that. And it was just each a huge chicken. And I had the big beer mug. It was like this. The beer mug is like a 2-liter fucking Coke, freezing, with beer in it. And they had like fries and shit like that. But I ate an entire chicken, and it was
God damn.
And it was delicious. The best chicken I ever had.
Best, huh?
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother's eggs. Oh my God! I remember when I was 10 years old. The first time I go to her, why are they orange? I thought she was messing with me. I'm like, these aren't actual eggs.
Orange, you're glad it's not bacon.
She looks at me. She's like, "What are you talking about? This is how eggs are." I'm like, "No, it's yellow." And she looks at me like, "You're a crazy person," So,
yeah, because they're different. Yeah. I mean, I was looking at a thing about vegetables. It was showing tomatoes, showing these juicy tomatoes at the grocery store, and they were cutting them in half, and you see the inside, and then you see a tomato from a tree, and you see the inside, and you see the difference, and you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're eating. It's very bad for you." Yeah, they look the same. Apparently, they taste the same, but there's huge differences with the genetically modified foods and the
you're talking about
ones.
that picture where it wasn't like a cross, because when you cut into a tomato, it's kind of like a cross a bit.
I forgot what it was. It's supposed to have like those seeds inside and all juicy and shit. Yeah. But it didn't have it.
But this looked like it was a horror movie. Like
it looks too. But now, because we started the chicken talk and everyone's talking about chicken sandwiches and stuff, and now we're getting complaints from Derek because now Derek's hungry, and everyone in the goddamn chat and everyone watching this, even people watching this in the future, are gonna be craving chicken sandwiches and the like.
I'm still curious about the Popeyes Louisiana style chicken.
You never had Popeye's chicken?
No, I'm so curious, bro, because I've seen it hyped up.
Next time we're in New York.
I've seen it. We haven't gotten in Ottawa. I mean,
you want to drive to Ottawa just for Popeye? It's not worth it.
I know, bro, but it's like
I don't like Ottawa in general. I wouldn't go for chicken.
Yeah, but I'm getting the urge, like on a day off, just a nice road trip with some friends.
You don't have any.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a lonely man.
Well, you could drive yourself and eat some chicken, and then be like, "Who's this for?" Me and my friends, and then they see you in the parking lot, crying, eating in the car. That poor son of a bitch. What I like that we don't have here is Chipotle.
Chipotle is good.
I really like Chipotle.
Man, I had Chipotle once when I went down to Plattsburgh.
Yeah, Chipotle is fucking delicious.
Oh my god, it's fucking delicious.
Burritos, bro.
Thick burritos too.
Yeah, they're delicious. Habanero, so delicious. What Mitch is saying. You know what we're doing? We're just pissing people off now. We're just making everyone hungry. So people who are on a diet are like, you sons of fucking bitches.
You know what I want a restaurant to do? I want a pizza place to do this properly. Okay? Because like the only place that does it is Pizza Hut. Okay?
Yeah.
The cheese in the crust. I haven't seen a restaurant in Montreal. Like I'm talking about like imagine, because most of the delicious pizzas here in Montreal aren't actually from fast food places. They're from
like restaurants, like Italian restaurants, yeah.
Italian style restaurants. I want, even though it's an Americanized thing, I want them to do something wild. Like, I don't know, like they have the regular margherita pizza, let's say, and then in the crust, they put like, I don't know, like feta or goat cheese. They switch it up, right? You know what I mean? So it's like you eat the pizza, you got the cheese, the ingredients, the tomato sauce and everything, and then you get to the crust and feta. You know what I mean? With the bread. Like, I don't know, I feel like that.
I mean, I think you can make it unless Pizza Hut has it copywritten.
Well, that's the thing, because they're the only ones that fucking do it. Them and Delicio have it.
Oh, so then it's not copywritten. I mean, yeah, you can do it. I mean,
you know?
But it's just not a thing they do.
Yeah.
Like, how much cheese do you want, sir?
No, but like switch it up. Like sometimes it could be meat in it. You know what I mean? Or meat and cheese. You get it? You get it?
Gary says, maybe I'm saying something stupid, but why Chipotle? Why not go to a real Mexican restaurant? Well, for the record, as far as I understand in the States, every time I go, I have a trouble because what we call restaurants and what you guys call restaurants are two vastly different things. Everything that they tell me is a restaurant. I go there and it's a fucking chain thing.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be like a Mexican, but it's just a chain thing. It's not like here where it's just a one-off restaurant. It's all those chain generic shit, and I hate it. So Chipotle falls into that category. It's fast food for me, Chipotle, but it's fucking simple. I go in there, I get a big-ass burrito, fucking eat it, and I'm happy.
Here, too, we don't really have...
See, we got Chrome123, $10 in the super chat saying, having a good time. So you see these topics that we're covering, from fucking cheesy pizza to quantum physics. It's a fucking nice, easy Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Talk to Guido about the dumbass pizza crap. Dude, yeah, Guido fucking knows his pizza.
Oh, fuck, I'll talk to Guido about it.
Yeah.
Bro, you should try this.
Silver and Gold is the one who said it. He figured it out.
Bro, you should try this, bro.
I wonder what he's going to say about that. I think he'll put whatever you want. Like, if you want to.
Yeah?
He's all about the good pizza. Yeah.
I'll tell him to try it out.
Like, you can go do an experiment there.
Yeah.
You know, you might make him $1 million. Who knows? Tell him to put that in the restaurant.
Because, like, here's the thing. Pizza Hut and Delicio, they go the boring route where they just put mozzarella and roll it, you know? But, like, you got to switch it up. Like, what if you put, like, ham?
Yeah, Applebee's is another shitty... It's a fast food place as far as I'm concerned, Applebee's.
Oh, bro, you know what I saw the other day?
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, my God. They were freaking out. It was a picture. Somebody went to... What's that place? Not Copper Branch. The place with the breadsticks there down in the States. What's it called? The name of that place?
Domino's.
No, people love that place.
Applebee's.
No, forgot the name. Forgot the fucking name. Olive Branch.
Oh,
yeah, Olive Branch.
Olive Garden. You mean?
Olive Garden. Yeah,
Olive Branch. Okay.
Somebody went just for the breadsticks. All right, and they cut them in half, and they went and bought hot dogs, cooked the hot dogs, and put them in there. And he was like, "Hear me out for a second." And people were like losing their shit apparently. I've never had Olive Garden breadsticks. I don't know how good they are.
It's a fucking breadstick, but people over Olive Garden, again, another not good restaurant that people say is a good restaurant.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at this, I was like, what kind of American shit is this? Like, I was like,
it's not it's just that I don't know, everything's a chain restaurant there.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I know. Like, I would get pissed off because I drive and they'd be like, oh, this is a good restaurant. And I ask people who live there. And they would tell me place, and I go, and I'm like, this is they're all chain restaurants. They all serve the same shit.
The only places in the States, I think, are New York that have restaurants also.
Yeah, restaurants also in New York, like here.
And California, I think.
No, California sucks dick too. The best, I mean, California has fast food that you have there. Like, I like In-N-Out Burger, but it's fast food. What I did have, though, was good. I had some good fish stuff in California, though. That was okay.
Interesting.
But yeah, I didn't have anything crazy. Like, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I got to come back to California for this. None of that. And New York knows how to eat though. New York has good food.
Yeah, New York.
Not like here. Here it's been we've been lucky. I never noticed how good the food here was until I started
Boston
traveling.
apparently too has good restaurants.
Oh, they might too. Yeah, they're down. Yeah.
I heard Boston has some nice restaurants.
Massimo went to Olive Garden and hated it. It's on YouTube. Oh, that's fucking amazing. If you put a link so people could check that out. If Massimo's in fucking yeah, he's in Florida now, so he must be losing his shit.
Yeah. You have to go food wise from Montreal.
Oh, that's a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was a shock the first time.
Yeah.
The first time I was in LA was a shock. Because I couldn't find a place to eat. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, there are no restaurants here. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? There's a mall full of restaurants. I was like, those aren't restaurants. Those are fast food places.
I remember.
And he was looking at me like I'm a retard. I was like, yeah, restaurants.
I remember getting American
Is
Tourist.
McDonald's a good restaurant for you, Pantelis?
God.
Fuck no, of course not.
That's not even a
It's
restaurant.
not even a restaurant. Yeah, it's a fast food. It's a fast food place.
But,
Yeah.
I remember getting American Tourists up, when I used to work at the airport, and I'd be like, oh, how's the food situation here? I'm like, oh, you're gonna love it. And then I tell them some spots, and then they'd come back thanking me.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my God.
I like to do the same thing here when I get friends that come from the States.
Yeah.
Be like, no, I'll take you to eat.
Yeah.
Just tell me what do you like. We'll go to a real place.
But you know what's crazy? Like us, we're like in North America, like Montreal is like known for
Silver
good
and Gold
food.
says that Olive Garden is so expensive for crap. Like they know. Well, most people understand that it's shit. But it's just, you get used to it. It just becomes a thing. Same thing with Chipotle. Chipotle, there's nothing special about Chipotle.
Yeah.
I like it when I go down there because we don't have it here. We don't have many burrito. Like with Three Amigos is shit. You know what I mean? We don't have many
White
burrito
Castle?
places. Well, same White Castle isn't that good either. But it's just because we don't have it here.
Yeah.
So there's just a fast food place that you go and you eat at. Richard says, Nova Scotia, best seafood in North America, in my honest opinion. You might be right. No, you know who would have good
I heard
seafood?
something about that.
Nova Scotia would have good seafood. Boston should have good seafood. New York should have good seafood. Montreal, all the people bordering the Atlantic should have good fucking seafood.
Yeah.
But here, there's only been one restaurant that I was like, okay, this is some good seafood. It's Faros. I don't know if it's. I haven't been there for years.
Really?
On Fairmount. Yeah, it was good. It was very, very good. But that's all they do. They're a fish restaurant. And they get their shit like, this is fucking Tunisian sea bass, and this is this, and that's the kind of place. If you like fish, you have to go to these kind of places. But if they're not, like, let's say if it's in the middle of the country in Alabama, of course it's not gonna be fresh fucking fish.
Yeah.
What do you want them to do? They don't live near the fucking ocean.
Well, there they get farmed seafood.
Yeah, which doesn't taste the same.
Yeah. And it's apparently bad for you.
Let's see. It's on Massimo's Facebook page. He has a rant on Olive Garden. Silver and Gold says McDonald's owns Chipotle. McDonald's owns a lot. I mean, even Coke owns a lot too. Coke owns Dasani, tap water, all that shit. They own these companies. It's not like they became corporations, right? They started off as a restaurant. They became chain fast food restaurant. And then they have land. They buy all kinds of shit. Yeah, they own other restaurants.
McDonald's strategy is to buy the land that they open the restaurant on.
Both Pepsi and Coke own all kinds of other.
Yeah,
that's what
of
you
course.
do. McDonald's too. It's like, why would I compete? I'm gonna buy you. You're gonna focus on this. You're gonna focus on this. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it creates multiple streams of revenue.
Yep. And no one else going anywhere. Anywho, Poseidon, tell them where they're gonna find you on the internet.
The Poseidon69 on Instagram and Twitter.
On both of those.
Yes, the Poseidon69.
And where are they gonna find you if they want to see you play video games?
Oh, Twitch, the same thing. The Poseidon69
on Twitch.
On
and
Twitch,
what's your
yes.
logo?
My logo is a war pig.
What's a war pig, Poseidon?
A war pig is basically a boar with tattoos, I guess.
A boar with tattoos.
Yeah,
That's pretty badass.
it's got tusks and shit. It's like what, in Lion King. What is it? Simone and
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa was the boar, right?
Oh, he was the boar, all right?
Yeah. Picture Pumbaa, but like with muscles and badass.
So you're a muscly badass Pumbaa.
A fat, muscly, badass Pumbaa.
Okay, if that's the way we're going this route, I don't mind it. But you could catch him there. We're going to be doing some stand-up. Well, I'm saying me and Mike. I think Preach might be there too tonight. I'm not sure who else is coming. So come check us out at the Bordel tomorrow. Get your tickets, suzaku.ca. And if you really want to be a member, you want to get all the exclusive elite shit, head over to my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Pantelis. And every yearly, because they put the annual memberships, every new annual member this month, all the way up until September 30th, is getting these custom little acrylic keychain charm things with the logo on them, the Pantelis podcast logo. So we're giving away that shit. 2 drink minimum. We're live every Monday at 10 p.m. on YouTube and at the Bordel. If you miss it live, you can catch it again, I believe, Wednesdays and Thursdays, everywhere you get your podcasts, from YouTube to Spotify to Google. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Poseidon, any closing statements?
Arrivederci.
Oh, that's good. I'll handle that one. Thank you guys for listening, and go fuck yourselves.